The Ramble Football Club is proudly sponsored by Glasby Pallets, offering a one-stop solution for all of your pallet needs. Get in touch now on 01709 585 646 to discuss your pallet requirements. And thank you again to Sonny and the team for their continued support of Ramble FC.
Welcome back to Ramble FC for another watch along with me, Batman Lou, in the chair. And I won't be on my own for this one. As usual, I'll be joined by one of our Platinum Ramblers and the star of a very popular feature on Blades Ramble, marked by Meldrew. It is the man himself, my very good pal and a football fanatic, Mr. Meldrew. How are you doing, mate?
How are we doing, pal? Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm not bad. We'll get straight into it in a moment with a game that is. I mean, let's face it. Here on Ramble FC, we cover all the footballing news. So we cover transfers. We have a show called Football Therapy on Thursday, which looks at some current football, but some nostalgia as well. We have top 20 takes and all aboard the championship as well. So I suggest anybody that's not subscribed to Ramble FC at the moment, where have you been? And get yourself over there and subscribe and stick your notifications on, because there's a lot of stuff over there, a lot of good stuff that you'll enjoy. But before we get into the game, mate, and I'm going to come straight to you in a moment for your opinion on the lineups first and foremost, I need to address one thing in that I know what the viewers are thinking. Now, Lou, where did you get that absolutely banging retro England shirt from 1990? Well, I can tell you where I got it from. A word from our sponsors.
Do you want your favourite replica shirts for the World Cup? Check out okjersey.com. It's high quality jerseys starting from just £15. I love mine. From modern day shirts to the old classics that we all love. Use the code RAMBLE at the checkout to get 8% off your order. Get ready for the World Cup in style. And thank you to OK Jersey for their support of the Ramble.
Yeah, that's right. So I got this England shirt. It's very good quality. I had the original some years ago when I was a much younger man than I am now, and I can say the quality is reflective of the one that was manufactured at the time. It's an excellent retro replica jersey. I also got this Baggio 94 shirt, which is also very nice. Really enjoyed that. I've got an Italian side to my family, as I think I mentioned to you before, Mark. So I had to get an Italy one as well. So always, usually back in the day, I'd root for them when England went out, which was quite a common occurrence. They'd normally outlast us. So yeah, as we say, get your retro shirts and some current shirts as well, some modern day ones from okjersey.com, and you can use the code RAMBLE to get 8% off as well. Already very reasonably priced shirts. You can collect 2, 3, 4 shirts on there for the price of a modern day replica shirt. It's really good value, and you can apply that discount as well and get a little bit more money off. So now we've got that out of the way, mate, I just wanted to ask you about the lineups for today. So it doesn't get much bigger than Liverpool are at home. Doesn't get much bigger than Liverpool against Manchester City. And I'm going to let the lineups run at the bottom of the screen there. What's your take on it, mate? So I think you told me before we came on one change for the visiting team for Manchester City.
Yeah, one change for City from their last league game. Liverpool, sort of as you'd expect, really. They're lining up for 4-2-3-1. So Alisson in goal, a back four, Dominic Lee, Edridge's favourite, Dominic Szoboszlai. Number 5, Ibrahima Konate, next to Virgil van Dijk, who's captain. Milos Kerkez at left back. 2 in front of that of Alexis McAllister and Ryan Gravenberch. 3 in front of those of Mo Salah right wing, Cody Gakpo left side with Florian Wirtz through the middle and Hugo Ekitike up front. And then City, one change from their last league outing. So please excuse me with some of these pronunciations. In goal, 25, Gianluigi Donnarumma. Right back, Mateus Nunes. 2 centre-halves of Kusanov and Marc Guéhi. Left back of Ryan Ait-Nouri. And then I think we have it as a 4-3-3
yes,
with Rodri, the base, and then Bernardo Silva right, and then Nico O'Reilly left, with Omar Mamouche on the right wing, Semenyo on the left, with Erling Haaland up front.
See, I knew you'd bring this kind of quality to the stream, Mark. Doing a lot of my work for me, mate. You should have seen the preparation that Meldrew had done in advance of this game. I mean, I do a bit, and then Mark's turning over several pages of notes that he's made for the game. Thank God someone's prepared. So,
single sheet of A4. Let's not get carried away.
Thank God someone's prepared. Just while we're waiting for the game to start, mate, I'll run through just a couple of comments, because the one thing I learned very early on from Jimmy and from Bald Lee was that you've got to keep up with the comments. If you don't, they'll run away from you, and then you'll have no time later on to chat during and after the game. First one we've got is from our mate Russ, another fellow Platinum Rambler. Afternoon, lads. I'm really looking forward to this game. I reckon 2-2. I hope so. I mean, that'd be a very interesting game if it's 2-2. I caught the game, the same fixture last year at Anfield, which I think, from memory, Mark, I don't know if you recall, I think Liverpool won that game 2-0. Really entertaining game at Anfield.
I think it was 3-0. I had a little look at this. I think it was 3-0, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it was 3-0. I had a look earlier. I didn't write it down, but yeah, I think it was 3-0 at Anfield, and I think City won 2-0 at Etihad.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what I've read earlier. But yeah, it'd be an interesting game. I think two sides who probably haven't reached heights that they probably imagined they would do this season. I think City are probably slight favourites, given sort of Liverpool's bad run of form recently. I think they've only won one in the last 6. That were against Newcastle last time out, where they really did sort of dismantle them. But obviously Newcastle are going through a bit of a tricky spell at the minute under Eddie Howe. City, similar form. They've only won one out of the last 6. That come against Wolves at home, who obviously we know they're sort of destined for drop. So it's going to be an interesting game. I just pray it's not a 0-0, mate, because I've not seen many goals when I've done these. I think I had 3 when we played Stoke, and obviously when I did it with Jordan Motson. So hopefully a few more goals, mate, coming up today.
Well, fingers crossed, mate. And I remember there was a spell in the Premier League a few years ago where you did get a lot of 0-0s and a lot of tight defensive games, particularly in some of these big games between some of the elite sides. And that's changed a lot in recent years. We get a lot of entertainment now. And as I say, that fixture that I caught last year at Anfield between Liverpool and Man City was full of attacking quality and entertainment. And hopefully we'll get treated to the same today. But Russ says up the ramble as well. Just moving on to another Platinum Rambler, Dave Morwood. Afternoon, Lewis and Mark. Should be a crack of this. Who are we watching? You will smash it. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Ian is in the comments as well. Afternoon, all. Sneaky suspicion that Liverpool will edge this one. Should be a good game either way. Yeah, I think so, Ian. I was just looking at the formations that Sky have put up on the screen. Mark, you'll be able to see that as well. I think you were pretty much bang on, mate. With they had Liverpool in a 4-2-3-1, so they think that's how they're going to line up. They had City in kind of a 4-1-4-1, which to me could kind of become a 4-3-3. I think they're kind of half expecting City or maybe just drop the wide men a little bit and try and give the fullbacks some extra defensive cover.
I did put that on here. I did put sort of Semenyo and Marmouche possibly making a 5 in there for Liverpool sort of attacking. But yeah, I think, you know what Pep's like. He'll have several different ways of playing. He's that good a manager. He'll have some up his sleeve, won't he? So.
Yeah, he'll have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, and God knows what else up his sleeve as well.
Yeah, dossier though, pal.
What's that? Sorry, pal.
Yeah, he'll have a dossier like you, will
he? He won't have a dossier. So the dossier very much came from. I'll come back to Dave Morwood in a minute. The dossier that often we joke about, the little black book or the little digital black book that I take into the shows that we do on Ramble FC Top 20 Takes and All Aboard the Championship. That is very much Jose Mourinho inspired. I say that. Man Mountain actually called it a dossier, so he was the one that coined the phrase. But I thought, well, that works for me because I'm a big Jose fan. So if I can be thought of as a bit of a Jose, that'll do. I'll take that. Dave Morwood says, I remember it's Seahawks and Patriots. Like and subscribe, please. Yes. So the Super Bowl is upon us as well. And I don't know if you follow much American football, much of the NFL, Mark. I'm a little bit of a fan. So I follow it on and off. I'm a Dolphins fan, really, if I had to pick a team. But in terms of the Super Bowl coming up with the Patriots are a divisional rival of the Dolphins and have never been a team that I've liked for lots of reasons. So it's go Seahawks as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully the Seahawks will bring it home. And we got Jimmy in the comments. Yes, boys. Thanks for joining us, Jim. Thanks for the comment, mate. And we've got 4 Prem in a row says hi, mate. Thanks for joining us. And we've got Alaskan Blade. Good morning, gentlemen. Who's everyone picking here? Well, if you live in Alaska, please tell us more about that because fascinating part of the world. I didn't know we had any blades up there. So tell us more. Who's everyone picking here? I don't know. What do you think, Mark? I think you said we had a comment earlier saying that they felt Liverpool might edge this one out. What's your feeling coming into this? There's a lot riding on it, isn't there? Because you've got Man City obviously trying to catch Arsenal and having a bit of a kind of a wobble at the moment. They've fallen a little bit behind Arsenal. Liverpool trying to get into that top 4, but aren't having the season that probably they initially expected. There's a lot of pressure on this. Who do you think comes out on top if you had to put money on it?
I think there's definitely more pressure on City from a league perspective. I mean, looking at Arsenal's result yesterday, that leaves them sort of 9 clear of City. So I think to sort of be in that contention and still trying to win league, I think they do need to obviously get 3 points today. It's a tough place, Anfield, to go, no matter where you are in league and that sort of thing. But yeah, Liverpool, they've been really sort of underwhelming. I think this year they've just not reached anywhere near sort of heights that they did last year and year before. And obviously they've struggled a bit. But I think obviously Mo Salah went to AFCON as well, and there were issues around his contract and things like that. And obviously they've had an injury in Alexander Isak as well, which I think's been a big blow. Wirtz has not really been sort of tearing it up. I know he has recently in terms of he's had a bit more success in terms of goals and assists, but it's going to be interesting. It wouldn't shock me, like Russ said at the beginning, that we're a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me as well. I'm expecting goals from it. I mean, they're pretty attack-minded teams. I'm not expecting necessarily a bore draw from this. That's for sure. We have got as my phone goes crazy from one of our WhatsApp groups for one of the show. I'm just checking that there's nothing wrong with the stream because I just got a call from Man Mountain while I'm live on the internet, which is not the time you expect to get calls from him. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with the stream, mate. People will let us know in the comments if there is.
Mate, so
yeah, I think we're good, mate. So I'll catch up with the legend that is Man Mountain after this. It might even be a pocket dial, you never know. We've got Daniel Knights in the comments. Big up, I am new subscriber. Daniel, thank you, mate. Thank you for subscribing to Ramble FC. And please look out for some of the shows we do during the week, some of which I've mentioned: Football Therapy, Top 20 Takes, and All Aboard the Championship. If you love your football, I'm sure you'll like all of them. Let us know who you support as well. If you do have a team, let us know in the comments.
That's one thing I was going to say in terms of sort of the content that's being put out at the minute, whether it's Ramble Up Road or stuff on Ramble FC like Football Therapy, and we did obviously a Deadline show as well on Blade Ramble, which were absolutely fantastic. It's brilliant at the moment. I think even as a neutral fan, not necessarily a Sheffield United fan, it's a really, if I were a neutral fan and I did support United, I'd definitely tune in because there's some fantastic content. So if you are a bit sort of unsure whether to sort of subscribe to the channel, please do, because it really does help sort of get the channel out there and sort of keep us on move, really. So yeah, please do.
Thanks for that, Mark. And it was brilliant, that transfer deadline day show. It's still on YouTube for anyone that wants to go and check it out. So we did a deadline day. It was, do you know what? It was really kind of like a spoof of the old Sky Sports News, wasn't it? Where we kind of took the mick a little bit and we did our roving reporter thing. But I thought we gave some good quality as well. We brought some decent reporting and live reporting on the transfers, and we had a laugh as well. And I was giggling away in the background when I wasn't on screen.
It had all sorts, mate. It had, obviously, I think you were in and out, obviously, due to childcare. We had Dave left early. We had Man Mountain here at Capital. Jamie Dumpling were live at Shirecliffe. We had Gaz jumping in and talking about the same thing Lee had said sort of previously. And shout out to Derby fullback Derry Merkin. If you know who he is, you will you'll definitely know from that stream. So yeah, mate, just good fun, mate. All top lads who get involved, and there's a real sort of community feel, especially in groups and stuff. Now it's testament to everybody that does get involved and push it out there for channel. And yeah, it's fantastic. I love it, mate. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I do, mate, and it's it does a lot. It does a lot for everyone that's involved in it, and hopefully, we're bringing something entertaining to the viewers as well. And speaking of the man you mentioned, Merkin, star signing of the window. Yeah, we really missed an opportunity to report on him, didn't we? I think it was Gaz that pointed that out at the time. I'm not. I'll leave it to everyone's imagination as to why we were disappointed that we didn't report on Merkin. I did see. Didn't he make his debut at the weekend? Mark, I think I saw him line up at left back.
I did have that game on. To be fair, I was doing something in background, and it were like, obviously, I think it were 2-1 Ipswich, weren't it? And yeah, I think somebody did mention it in group that he had come on. And it's just, I'll never ever look at him and not think Gaz or Lee. To be fair, but yeah, keep your eyes peeled. That's all I'll say.
Indeed. Ian says, "Can we get Lee on to comment if Szoboszlai scores?" Well, hopefully we can. Hopefully, if he sees him scoring, he'll get himself into the comments. At least we know we're safe in the comments. He's not gonna spray at the screen. Poor old Lee. The sort of thing that only happens to you when you're live on the internet. Alaskan Blade says, "Still waiting for the sun to come up here. We are 9 hours behind you guys." Blimey, he really is in Alaska. That is really interesting, mate. Thank you for that. Still waiting for the sun to come up. Thank and sometimes they get different hours of sunshine and whatnot. They get some crazy hours up in Alaska in terms of daylight. Daniel Knights is back in the comment. I can't stand Arsenal winning the Premier League and their fan base, as I think they're deluded. Well, maybe, Daniel, maybe. I don't have too much experience. I don't know too many Arsenal fans. There are groups of supporters and fan bases that probably we would say the same about, and probably some of that is because of rivalry. Me and Marc are Sheffield United fans, and we've probably used that word in the past, or some of us have. I'm not going to put it on you, Marc, but I certainly have, to describe the other side of the city, and it's rivalry. It's what causes it. So I'd be interested to know Daniel's supports, because obviously not an Arsenal fan, clearly. Alaskan Blade. Sorry, mate.
I think for league, I think it'd be a good achievement. They've got to do it this year, haven't they? If they don't do it this year, I just can't see either of these two being as bad next year, in my opinion. Obviously, it's been them three really for the last couple of years, and yeah, they've got to do it this year, Arsenal. They've had that bit of a wobble, good win yesterday. They'll just be hoping to sort of kick on now and try and get that title over the line.
I think they'd be extremely disappointed from where they are not to do it, and the fact that they've been in a similar position before and not made it. It really does feel like it might be their year this time. Unfortunately for Daniel, who comes back in with what football team do you support? We're Sheffield United fans, Daniel. We try sometimes on some of these streams. We try and stay a little bit neutral. We do on All Aboard the Championship. We try and not talk about it too much, but it's very difficult to hide. And Marc's certainly not hiding it. He's got it on his heart there. So
what can I do, mate? What can I do?
There's no point. We all support a team, don't we? There's no point in hiding it. Alaskan Blade says, "You guys should have a 5 to 10 minute window of some special highlights of the Deadline Day special. Get more views." Interesting. Do you know what? I can't remember if Jim put out any shorts of Transfer Deadline Day.
I've not seen any, and I keep an eye on them, obviously, through Marc by Meldrew, just to see sort of what else has been put out there. And I don't think there has been, but yeah, I'm not sure if there has or not.
Yeah, no, it's I didn't see any, but then Jim's been well busy recently, and I mean, time to put, because he puts loads of shorts out for some of the shows, and yeah, I don't know where he finds the time, to be honest with you. He must be burning the midnight oil putting some of them out, to be honest. But Dave Morwood says, "Didn't the Merkin triplets sign for Derby?" The Merkin triplets.
They did, Dave. You're right there, mate.
He knows his stuff, and
keep your eyes peeled. That's all I'm going to say.
And Daniel said, "I'm not a Spurs fan." Okay, so that would have been my first guess, given the comments about Arsenal. But Daniel keeping it close to his chest at this point, although he has said here, guess what team I support? A team in London. Ooh, okay. We'll have to try and guess who Daniel supports. A lot of teams in London.
If he's not saying Spurs, you probably next guess would probably say Chelsea, but could be West Ham, Palace, Brentford. I mean, there's a few in there. Is it a Premier League team? We don't know, do we?
Alaskan Blades guess Brentford. Do you know what? I'm going to guess our week. Sorry, they're not our weekend's opponents. I'm thinking way ahead because I'm going to the game. But I'm going to guess QPR, which is coming up very soon. QPR away for Sheffield United. Daniel Knight says Brentford. No, so we've got a big X on the first guess. I'm going to say QPR, Daniel, and you've gone Chelsea, Mark. So let's see if we're all going for kind of West London. That's what we're guessing. Ramaman's guessed Orient. So we've already got a guessing game going off in the comments, which is good. Keep them coming, lads. Let's see if we can guess who it is. And you've nailed it. Yeah, you've nailed it, Mark. He's a Chelsea fan. So welcome, Daniel. I'm not aware. We may have another Chelsea fan who's a subscriber to Ramble FC. I'm not aware of one. You're the first one I know about. So up the Blues and welcome, mate. And hopefully you'll get the result you want for your sake this afternoon, this evening. We're going to stay very much neutral, aren't we, Mark? And just hope for a good game of football, I think.
I was just going to say that's in terms of Daniel, blue is the colour, but not for us boys, yeah.
No, absolutely not. It's certainly not for us, not where we live. So, yeah, we're getting time we on. We are 4:21, so we're not far away from kickoff. Yeah, I mean, just looking back at the two lineups as well, someone I wanted to pick out, Mark, Ekitike up front, who has really impressed me this season because obviously they had the injury to Isak, who hadn't set the tyres alight anyway, despite his massive transfer fee and his big move from Newcastle. But Ekitike has really filled the void quite well, albeit in a relatively disappointing season for Liverpool. Okay, they might still make the top four, but he's been impressive, and he's good in the air as well. I've noticed. What have you made of him?
He's just an handful, isn't he? I mean, I looked at sort of pre-game. He's Liverpool's top scorer. He's played sort of 21 games this season, 10 goals. It's pretty much near enough a goal every other game. Yeah, so, and Gakpo's on 5 goals behind him. It was next top scorer, really. So, yeah, he's chipped in. He's had 2 because Isak's been out injured, and like I said, there were a lot of money spent on him, and a real big blow for them to lose him at that stage when they were kind of struggling as it was, really, and maybe he were brought in to give him a boost. So, yeah, fair play to him. I watched him sort of on opening day against Bournemouth. I think it was a Friday night game, first game back at Premier League, and yeah, he looked an handful, really, really sort of mobile, and likes to get forward. So it'll be interesting to see how he does today. I mean, you're looking at possibly he might pull on sort of Kusanov, and he had a shaky start to his City career, by no means, and I think City fans themselves will probably accept that. I remember watching his debut. I can't remember who it were against exactly, but he really did struggle, sort of just to get up to pace with game and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I can't see him standing much near Marc Gay, put it that way.
No, and some of these battles and these one-on-one contests are going to be really interesting, and they are often a big difference maker in these games. You get your fine margins from who wins those individual battles between some of the players, and they are such fine margins as well, especially when you're dealing with the quality of people like Haaland and Marmoush and Van Dijk. You know, some of that experience and the quality that they have. There's not a lot between some of these players. They really are operating at a very, very high level. So we're in for a treat, certainly. Liverpool. I just wanted to touch on Arne Slot because obviously he's come under some criticism this season. Obviously they won the title last year. They've spent a hell of a lot of money this year. He will maybe spin the narrative that it's a transitional season. They lost 1 or 2, and then they've had to bring in a lot of new talent and bed that in. I think in 1 or 2 press conferences recently, that's kind of been a little bit the narrative or something along those lines, which you may have a point about. But for me, and I get your opinion on this as well, Mark, I think he has to make top 4 to keep his job. I think he'll have to get into the Champions League. as a minimum. I think that will probably be enough. I think if they finish fourth, it would be enough for him. What's your view on that? Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I do think I was just looking at the table there. The 5 points behind Man United now, and obviously they've had a bit of a resurgence under Carrick. Yeah, you've got to finish top four. I mean, they won't leave last year. Yeah, they've got to. I mean, you've got Liverpool and Chelsea behind, sort of Man United, then Villa above them. So I do think Chelsea will probably miss out, to be honest. I mean, they beat Wolves yesterday, 3-1, but I think they'll play a much better side than them yesterday. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, mate. It'll be a good down to wire, I think, in terms of top four. It tends to, really, doesn't it? It's always relatively close, and you might get a team that sort of climbs the table and you think, can they sneak in? But yeah, Liverpool for me, in terms of Arne Slot, he's got to finish top four, or I think he will be under pressure. And they were on about this on radio the other day, saying sort of if he don't make top four, where does that leave him? So yeah, he's come under some pressure, but let's see.
Well, it's a pressure game already, isn't it, mate? Like you say, they're 5 points behind. Their game in hand on that table is obviously this game, following the Saturday games. They probably were not expecting the impact that Michael Carrick's had at Manchester United. I think it surprised us all at how well he started. Given the former Man United before that, he's done unbelievably well so far. And has really put the pressure on Liverpool now, and not a great game to have when you're under pressure for 3 points as well, because we know Man City on any given day can be almost unplayable at times. But you know, Liverpool at Anfield, City won't look at that as an easy game either. It's a really interesting contest, and they've both got a lot riding on it at the moment. So just to get into a couple of more comments before, because the teams are coming out of the tunnel as we speak. Daniel says, I don't like Blue Coat and new ownership. I am Blue Coat out as a Chelsea fan. Yeah, I know a few Chelsea fans, Daniel. I know a few through work, two that I know really well, are good friends of mine, that have different opinions on that subject. But you're not the only one, certainly. Daniel says, I think it will be 2-1 for City and Liverpool games. Alaskan Blade said, think City bring it today. 3-1 City. That would be interesting, and that would be a real statement as well, Alaskan Blade, and a blow to Liverpool, because as Marc just pointed out, 5 points behind. This is really important at home game to try and close that gap. And you look at it, 25 games, Marc, played at the end of this for most or all of the teams. 13 games to go. Sounds like a lot, but it's not that much, is it? Especially when you're chasing teams that win all the time.
I mean, yeah, you say it's not a lot. Well, we've been talking about sort of our team, haven't we, and games we've got left, and it's not a lot in our league, and we're saying we're running out of games. So in their league, I mean, like you said, they're just outside top four. Liverpool 5 points adrift of that. They'll be thinking we've got to win today to keep that pressure on sort of them that's in there already. Players just sort of shaking hands at minute and stuff, and talking to each other. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game, mate. I think either side's got potential to run away with it if they want to. But I think both sides will be cautious of what other team can do, really, in terms of how they can hurt them, because both sides have got the quality in each team. It's outstanding, really, isn't it?
It is, and as we know, from our team, having been up into the Premier League and then back down again on a couple of occasions, you can't make any mistakes at this level. Every single one gets punished. In the Championship, it's a high standard. You can't make that many. Really, you will get punished for making too many mistakes. At this level, it's just zero, almost zero room for error. Not when you're playing against these, some of these teams.
Yeah, you get punished, mate, don't you? You get punished one error, it's a goal. In Championship, you might get another chance, but in Premier League, it's in.
I'm just looking at Ekitike, mate, because I mentioned earlier that he's impressed me in the air. His aerial ability, getting on the end of crosses, timing his leap, and scoring 1 or 2 goals with his head. It's no wonder looking at the size of him, is it? He's an absolute unit. I didn't realise he was that tall. Just seeing him up close against some of the other Liverpool players. He's a big lad. He
is, mate. He's got that stature about him, hasn't he? So it's going to be interesting to see how he does today. He got 2 last time out against Newcastle. They're just about to kick off, so City to kick off this game today.
As we put the score banner up at the bottom there. So we've had the team news. I will try and keep up with the live score. On one previous watch along, I have to admit there was a moment where we had a second goal and then we had a third goal, and by the time we got the third goal, I realised I'd not put the second one on. So I've got to make sure I keep up with that. I'm learning how to do this, folks. So we'll see.
I'll remind you, mate. If I had two overnight with Joe Motson. With him and Gaz, but yeah, you'll get there.
This is why we need a good wingman, you see, because on your own, there's some aspects of doing it on your own that are straightforward enough, but you can miss stuff as well. It's good to have someone with you, like you did with all the preparation and some of the information about the team lineups when we started. Jamie Dumpling was pretty good in that regard as well on one of the championship watch-alongs we did, and the game's underway. So the ball is knocked forward from the back by Donnarumma, and Ekitike now just tries to flick that on Wirtz on the chase, and it's back to Donnarumma on the edge of the Man City area. So City just looking to try and get a few touches and settle down early on. Liverpool, Marc, pressing really high here already, getting right in City's face, aren't they? And Ekitike blocking one out for a throw very deep in City's half.
You'd expect them to, wouldn't you? Even though they're on road, you'd expect them to come out fast. It's Silva in Liverpool's half. Through to Haaland. Oh no. It's cleared by Kirkesh. Semenyo's got it, corner right hand side. And it's a full throw.
I think you might be ahead of me, mate. What time are you on? We should have checked that before we started, actually. That's on me.
I'll stop it 1 minute 42. I've stopped it.
Oh, yeah, I'm quite a bit behind you then. So I'm on 1 minute 5 at the minute. So I will let you know as soon as we get to 1:42.
Yeah,
and I know it's always a pain, this, mate. I'm sorry, because you're ahead of me and you just want to watch the game. But
no worries.
Alisson knocks it forward. And I'm just repeating all the stuff that Marc has just seen now. So we've got Bernardo Silva. And as you mentioned, Haaland was through there. That was a really good chance for Haaland, wasn't it? That was a good save. And a bit of needle already with Kirkes and Semenyo over there. So I'm on 1 minute 40, 41, 42. So we're good, mate.
Yeah, on now, mate. Lovely slide ball by Silva.
It was, and now we've got Gakpo, and now the ball out to Kirkes on the left.
You can see Ekitike playing on shoulder.
Yeah,
he's sitting on that side of Kusanov, what we talked about before. Liverpool sort of patient in the build-up. It's out to Kirkesh. Back to Van Dijk. Who plays a raking ball to right-hand side of Mo Salah. Back to Lee Edridge's favourite man, Dominic Szoboszlai.
Now the ball's just gone. The referee's just stopped playing now. So yeah, that was a nice little through ball, wasn't it, from Bernardo Silva? Just watching it back there, and Haaland. I mean, a lot of the time you put your house on him scoring there, wouldn't you? But Alisson came out pretty quick and smothered that. Did well.
Give Kirkesh a bit of credit as well. He's sort of got him there best he could to maybe slightly put him off. So yeah, chance that. It's a chance though. Early doors, less than 3 minutes in.
Yeah, lively start, and Liverpool now just trying to get a bit of purchase on this now, to have a little bit of possession. So they're rolling the ball along their back four at the minute. And Szoboszlai just trying to play the ball down the line, knocks it out of play. So, lively start to this one with that early chance for City. Like you say, Ekitike looking to play on the shoulder a bit. You could see a couple of times there he's looking early and he's trying to turn and get that run in and just gamble on the off chance that someone might knock it through. But,
that's his game. I think he's happy to hold it up and he's happy to sort of run beyond as well. I think he's been a good signing for Liverpool.
Yeah, it's good when you've got someone like that can do both, because you can potentially change up your approach, your shape, your attacking approach without even having to make a substitution sometimes. So it gives you that flexibility.
Lovely bit of play by Kusanov there. Sorry to butt in, mate. Right. Lovely bit of play there. It were a particularly bad ball back to him, sort of just outside his own 18-yard box. And he's backheeled it in to, what's happening here?
Oh, Ekitike's
Oh,
pinched it, and City had to do some defending there. So Ekitike pinched it over on Liverpool's left hand side, and he was looking across. He tried to play. Don't know if it was Verts or Salah. I didn't see the man across, but he was trying to get it through to someone, and City just managed to get it away. Van Dijk having to defend there, and it's a really lively start, mate. City on the attack now with Semenyo, and he lets fly from about 25 yards out straight into the stand.
As my dad would say, that's nearer our house than it, I think, mate. But yeah, not the best effort, but yeah, both teams are going for it. You can't say that either side's really sort of sat back. I mean, we're only less than 5 minutes in, but yeah, get away by Van Dijk there, and it made its way to Semenyo, who's sort of hoofed it into Cop, and yeah, not the best effort.
Yeah, I think they'll be fetching that one from Stanley Park, won't they? Or is that on the Cop side? I'm not sure. I can't quite remember. I'm not sure it is. But they'll be fetching it from the street anyway. And Liverpool again on the attack, and Gueye just tidies that up there back to Donnarumma. And City will bring it away. But it's a breathless start, mate. They're both going at it, aren't they?
Oh, it's lovely by O'Reilly. Is that a foul? Oh, he's getting Liverpool's way.
Quickly he just chopped the ball inside Szoboszlai there, didn't he? And the referees obviously judged it that and gave it the other way. It looked like at one point a foul by Szoboszlai.
Tell you what, he's one to keep an eye on, I think, for England squad. O'Reilly, I think he's come on leaps and bounds. I mean, I've just seen him in tunnel. He's so tall and athletic. I mean, they all are, aren't they? This league. That's one thing I noticed when we got promoted to Premier League last time. The sort of athleticism of these players. I remember thinking about one player in particular, in Anaru, who's now at Villa, who I just thought, Jesus Christ, how are you sort of as big as you are? Like, you know what I mean? How do you even get people that size? But yeah, it's such a difference now in terms of probably 10, 15, 20 years ago in Premier League.
They're powerful, aren't they? They're real athletes at that level, and I think that's what makes a big difference a lot of the time. Yes, the technical quality as well goes up, of course it does. But you look at the difference in size and just the power of the players at this level, and that's really when you go up. I think that's what you have to invest in. Sunderland have proved that this season, haven't they? They've invested in stronger, faster players with Nous at the level as well. They've invested in a lot of things, to be fair to them, but they look bigger and more athletically strong than they did in the Championship, and they've recruited well in that regard. That's why they've done so well.
They have, mate. I mean, they had some money to spend, didn't they, from when they went up, and fair play to them. Listen, their man leads, I think they've both been, as much as we have that bit of banter and stuff, and I've openly said about Sunderland, fair play to them that day. They beat us fair and square, and we had 20 minutes where we just didn't turn up, and fair play to them and Leeds. They both took league by storm, and they've done really well.
Yeah, if only could have been so different, couldn't it? Could have been us doing that, but is what it is, and they've both done well, as you're saying. You've got to take your hat off to them. Retro PG2A says, "Afternoon, lads. It's Adam. Hello, Adam. As I'm at the game today, I can't keep the live on. Just wanted to ask you: do you think this game will be one of them special Anfield upsets? You'll never walk alone up the Ramble." Up the Reds or up the Ramble, either way, we'll say it's up the Ramble. I don't know, mate. I think it's going to be close. As I say, like Marc and one or two in the comments, I think there'll be goals. I think it'll be tight in the sense that it'll be competitive. I don't think it'll be a defensive game. But they've both got to go for it. They've both got a reason to go there and win. City need a win. A draw's no good to them at the moment, given where they are in reference to Arsenal in the league. And it's very much the same for Liverpool. Liverpool playing catch up with Man United, so they've got similar problems, just in different positions. But hopefully we just get a really good game of football. As was said earlier, it could be a 2-2 draw. I don't think either of these teams would be particularly happy with that, but we'll see anyway. Haaland never scored at Anfield. Yeah, I don't remember him scoring at Anfield either. I think you're right. Yeah,
he nearly did then, didn't he? But luckily for Liverpool. They've got a free kick, probably 20 yards outside, 18-yard box. Going to be delivered by Bernardo Silva.
And header just
free header for Kusinov. Just outside 6-yard box. should be doing better there, Lou, possibly for me.
He should, yeah, and that's maybe when you want someone else, probably someone else on the end of it. Yeah, he trying to turn that towards the top corner. I think he loses his bearings of where he is there. He's trying to turn it over towards the far corner, but yeah, he's just not in the right position. Doesn't have the right angle to turn it the right way.
Nobody picking him up though. Like he had a lot of space there. To be fair, like you say, I think he just lost his bearings a little bit, and yeah, couldn't direct the header sort of goalwards.
And City trying to bring it out now from the back with Donnarumma. And then Szoboszlai fouled just on the on City's left, about 25, 30 yards out. So Liverpool have a free kick in the City half, just over on Liverpool's right-hand side. Jimmy says, good game this. It is, mate. It started really well, started very lively. Who do you think will win, Liverpool or City? I think we kind of covered this. I'm going to try and stay impartial, James. If you're pushing me to say who will win it, I kind of have a good feeling for the home team in this. I think there's a lot of pressure on City. I think there's pressure on Liverpool as well. But I think Liverpool at Anfield quite often have the edge in these games. So if I was going to say one team that might edge it, despite the disappointing season they're having, I think Liverpool could still do that. Donnarumma comes out to deal with the ball into the box there, punches it away. And now Kirkez has to quickly get rid of that as he's got, I think it was Marmouche putting him under pressure there, Mark. I don't know if you caught someone chasing him down.
Yeah, I think so, mate. I mean, it's like you just said there about game today. I think it'll say a lot about City if they go to Anfield and win. It's a tough place to go to. I think they were starting to come up previously while you were just touching on that Haaland chance before. I think City have only won 3 times at Anfield since something like 1982. I think they've played 52 times as well. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Oh, he's on side.
Oh,
hit it wide.
Was there no flag there? I didn't see a flag, but then the Liverpool defenders didn't really react, did they? They just kind of stopped.
I can't see, and that might be down to the fact that I've got no volume up telly either. But yeah, he stood.
He does look
possibly
offside.
a yard or two offside.
Yeah.
He's missed it anyway by a good yard to the left-hand side at post. But yeah, luckily, flag's probably gone up there for him in his defence.
And we've got Jimmy. Jimmy, we need to put this on a shirt, mate. With or without Lee's face, probably better with.
I'm purchasing one if he does.
And we could have a little bit of this on the shirt or this image anyway. Anyway, we'll get back to the game. I just couldn't resist. I had to play it. That is, I don't know about you, Mark. I used to love the Man Mountain song the best, but I think Bald Lee's overtaken it. With that song.
I think if it were on more often, ATB, mate, Channel MVP, it's a classic. I love it, mate. It's yeah, Lee's is up there with it. They're all good. To be fair, there's not one I've listened to and thought, nah, I'm not having that. They're just class, aren't they? They're brilliant.
It's all these little touches, and I know that Jim sometimes say, "Oh yeah, all these daft songs that we make," but it's these little touches that the channel's got to be fun as well. Obviously, we're trying to bring some football to people, and we're trying to bring some quality information and entertainment and reporting. But this is all part of the fun, isn't it? It's just about having a laugh as well. So,
I mean, in terms of what Jimmy put on for me, I mean, my logo. Have you seen it? It's absolute. It's top draw. I've got to get it to him.
I quite like that theme song as well. Up the Blades. I thought it's got a little because it's short and it's a catchy. It's got a ring to it, hasn't it?
My young one does. I've asked Jimmy for audio with it because he's running around the house in the morning singing Up the Blades, Up the Ramble. Yeah, he's on with all songs at the minute. He's loving it, but yeah, can't beat it, mate. It's what it's all about.
Certainly can't, mate. And I think Stanley Park is where the away entrance is. Yes, James, I think you're right, mate. Thank you for getting my geography sorted on that, because when I said it, I thought, not sure it's Cop side. So I remember driving past that side of the ground. I think Stanley Park was on the opposite end from memory, but it's been a few years. James said, would you rather beat the Pigs 4-0 or beat them 1-0 and send them down? Oh, that's a good question.
Easy. That's easy.
I think beat them 1-0 and send them down would be sweeter, wouldn't it?
See, they're going down anyway. So I'd rather hammer them 4-0.
Oh, you'd rather hammer them 4-0?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
hammer them 4-0 and we'll send them down. But we'll do that.
It would put the infamous Boxing Day to bed, wouldn't it? I mean, we've already got the best away win in a Sheffield derby. So it'd be good to put the other little thing to bed as well, wouldn't it? I mean, why can't we have both, James? Can we not have 4-0 and send them down? That'd be utopia, wouldn't it? That'd be the Mecca for Sheffield derbies.
Oh, don't get me started on that already. It's what we got 2 week. Is it 2 week today?
2 week today. And I'm trying to be. Jim's trying to coax me into doing the watch along for it because obviously I won't be able to make it, sadly. So I'm trying to work out a way that I can do that. I think there's a good chance I might be able to do it, but I'm not making him any promises just yet. But most of our platinum ramblers, of course, who have the opportunity, by the way, just to mention, all of our platinum ramblers have an opportunity to get more involved, to do watch alongs, to get on some of the streams. It's a perk of being a platinum rambler. It's something that obviously Marc gets involved with, that I've been very involved with, and obviously now we're doing bits and pieces, even more than that, aren't we? Because you've got your own feature now, and I'm doing shows with Man Mountain and things like that. So there's opportunities there, even for people just to come on and co-host like this on a watch along. And so there's one coming up for the Sheffield derby as well, potentially. James thinks Liverpool 2-1. Yeah, I think. Do you know what, James? That's what I had in my head earlier when I was asked who do I think would win this game. Liverpool 2-1. Yeah, that was what kind of was the score that was floating around in my head before the game. Plans already in place for the merch. Ooh.
Yes.
So we're going to get some Sabozlai merch. We've got to, haven't we? It's like do you know what as well? I was proudly on that stream. And I was only on there as a guest. So, when we go on, and you've done this, I know, once or twice, where we go on and do the score predictions. That was that night I was on score predictions. It was my turn to do that. And I remember when he said it and he starts wiping the screen, and we were just in stitches. And it was Man Mountain's face more than anything that set me off.
It was just absolutely brilliant. I mean, I think about 3 or 4 days after that, I think we played Stoke at home, and Leeds played Liverpool at Ellen Road, and Lee Edridge's favourite man, he scored the third goal for Liverpool that day.
Remember it.
We were in hotel and Jimmy had live on, and everyone's saying, who scored the third? And he's going, Sabozlai. It was just fantastic. I love it, me. But yeah, it's there's so many clips. Like that lad said before, I don't know who commented, apologies, whoever it were, but there's so many good clips and highlight. Like you've got Mountain on red wine. You've got sorry to stop there.
City with a tasty corner there, wasn't it? It looked like they were going to score for a moment, and City having a bit of a spell, aren't they? City at the minute.
Bit more possession, but yeah, so many good memories. Like you've got live on the internet. You've got tell you one of my favourites, and it goes under radar, and I'll post it. Whenever I see it or it pops up and I'm flicking through my phone because I clicked it at the time, it's got to be Dave Morwood at Christmas when he went, it's been fantastic knowing you lads and have a good Christmas and Happy New Year. And then it just vanished. And nobody knew where Jimmy and Paul and Dave were absolutely howling. It was fantastic.
Well, we were both on that night, weren't we, on that Christmas one? Or was that the last one?
It
was that one?
It was like a Christmas night after night, I think, or... So I can't remember exactly, but they had.
We were both on that.
Yeah, we were on. I think before that, and he just left.
Well, do you remember his other comment that night? Because another fine moment from Dave Morwood, and he's in the comments tonight, and I'm sure he's watching this.
I love Dave.
Another fine comment was when he said to Jimmy, what was his words? That you're lucky that you've got us, because without us you wouldn't be able to do this. And me and Dave and Paul just fell apart. It was comedy genius, which Jimmy would be very kind and agree with. But none of us, only Dave Morwood would say something like that to him. James says Lee's getting a cult following. Yeah, he is, and he knows a pitch like the back of his knee, mate. So it's no wonder, it's no wonder.
Top bloke, Lee. Top bloke. Got a lot of time for him.
Ian says, I'll be disappointed if we only score 4. I did make a comment to Jim this morning in one of the WhatsApp groups, Ian, that just imagine if I'm doing a watch along and we win 6-0. I'm going to be absolutely delirious. You have to peel me off the ceiling of my house. But I really enjoy. I don't know about you, mate. I really enjoyed the reverse fixture earlier in the season at Hillsborough.
There were a lot of pressure on that.
3-0.
A lot of pressure on us. There were a lot of pressure on us that day.
There were
a lot of pressure. Like they had obviously Barry Bannon, and they've got a few others who they haven't got now, and we were in a terrible run of form, and I think it was probably a good chance for them to probably nick one on us, really. But listen, come 22nd of February, we'll all be bricking it. It don't matter. I've always said we could be top at league by 25 points, and they could be bottom at league 25 adrift, and I'd still panic, and I probably will do one day, because it's what it means, isn't it, and what it gives you, and all this is. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting day, put it that way.
No. Even though I'm supremely confident about that fixture, Mark, I never look forward to the derby, because anything can happen. It's even in their situation, and look, United should win that game comfortably, but it's always a leveler, isn't it? And it's always in the back of your mind, the other team, if the opposition score first and all that kind of thing, you start worrying. The nerves set in. It's such a big game for us, and I think people from outside of Sheffield don't realise how intense a rivalry it is, or just how intense it is. I think some people do, but I think they don't realise how important it is to us to get one over on them. There are some Blades and some Owls that would rather win that game than get promoted. They really are, because I know them. I've met them.
I don't disagree.
And Haaland just playing the ball back. City having a real spell here, mate. Marmoush with a shot, and he turns it just wide. I say just wide. It actually, on reflection, it looked quite a bit wide. He wasn't that close in the end, but turning shot.
Couldn't make it out much, but it looked like Liverpool were just sort of standing to their feet for obviously Diogo Jota, who's no longer with us. Rest in peace.
Yeah, God bless him. He was a bloody good player. Was Diogo Jota, and very underrated, I think, for Liverpool as well. And obviously a player that caught the eye at Wolves and got his move to Liverpool. And he was a terrific player for him. Someone that they could just rotate in as well, even when he wasn't starting regular. They could rotate him in for league games or for Europe, and it was seamless, wasn't it? The quality of the player. And his professionalism as well. He was just always ready, wasn't he? And he always produced good performances for him. He was a sad loss to the game and to Liverpool supporters, I'm sure, who will miss him. But
I think that's been a big thing this year. I think it's probably affected him more than probably a lot of people think. I mean, we had that with George Baldock, didn't we? I think we played Leeds on the Friday night, and I think it happened 2 days before, and obviously there were tributes and stuff that night, and you got to think it's these people that do pass away, they mean a lot to people, and especially at these football clubs, it's tough, isn't it?
It is, mate. It really is. And but Jim's back in the comments with Howling reliving some of these Ramble highlights. I thought of another one earlier. So one of my favourites, Mark, which is I know a few of the Platinum Ramblers remember it and know it well. But it sometimes gets forgotten about, was when Jimmy stitched Dave the Nose up and kept saying to him, will he play 2 up top on Saturday, referring to Chris Wilder. And it went on for ages of conversation. Dave was totally non-committal and didn't want to say whether he thought so or not. And then in the end gave in and said yes. And Jimmy just went, I think you're wrong, Dave. I don't think you will. And I remember the moment he said it, because I knew he was setting him up for something. I thought, he's setting him up. He's going to stitch him up here. And I honestly, I nearly fell off my chair laughing. It was just absolute comedy gold. And Dave's reaction as well was what made it, because just shaking his head, laughing his head off at home. Some great moments.
The thing is, there's that many of them. Oh, it's into box.
It's back to Semenyo on the edge. And good block from Kirk, good defending from Kirkes there. Stood up well, didn't he?
Yeah, there's always something happening in the middle of telling something. There's always something happening.
I know, and we're diving into the comments and having a chat about some of these great Ramble moments, but this game is lively. We're probably not doing it justice at the moment. But
not to be fair, shifts it well. So many on edge of box, gets half a yard, and it's good defending marker because she started well. Sort of 25 minutes in, bit of a time check for people. It's Bernardo Silva going to take a corner from right hand side. It's going to be an in swinger. Puts his arms up. Don't know what that means, but we'll go with it.
Right into the near post, and Ekatike heads it away.
Ekatike, we're good at it. Poor corner, really, to be fair.
Oh, that's a good. Oh, that was a tasty ball at the back post when it was just no one that kind of anticipated it.
Pep, he can dress, that bloke. He knows how to dress, doesn't he? Fuck match him. Oh, Pep. I don't know if he doesn't. I know he'd stand, to be fair.
He's gone a little bit. He's picked up some of the Manchester style as well. Some of the cagoules and whatnot that he wears. But I mean, what a career he's had, Mark. I mean, I know there's a lot of people could say, well, look, he's managed the elite clubs and he's had lots of money, and that's true, and that in some respects makes the job easier. But it also, Liverpool with a chance here though, Salah, and deflected just wide. Salah on his right foot there. But yeah, just before they take this corner, I was going to say that that makes the job harder sometimes as well, managing the elite clubs and having all that money, because the pressure then that comes with that is you can't afford not to win trophies. You've got to win something, and you can't go very long without winning something.
Look at Slot now. Look at pressure he's under with some money that they've spent. Bertz, Isak, Ekatike. They're outside top four, so you can see why they're giving him some hammer at minute. But yeah, you cannot knock his career. It's outstanding what he's done. Barcelona and team he had there, and
Van Dijk jumped up for a header there, and it just got kind of shepherded away over to the right hand side of City's area. Van Dijk trying to play it back in, and now it's gone out for what looks like a Man City throw-in. Szoboszlai.
We're mad, Szoboszlai.
We're mad, yeah.
Shout out Lee Edridge.
And,
I'll never not look at him and not think of Lee.
I know. It sticks now, doesn't it? They're intertwined. They're almost synonymous with one another.
We need to get Lee a wig like Dominic's got.
That's the irony of it as well, isn't it? We call him Bald Lee, and Szoboszlai, he's got loads of hair. He's got this long lock of dark hair. Dave Moore said it was brilliant, Mark. I'm not sure which bit he's referring to there, because I
think he's on about the when he just left. It was just comedy. I think there were another one that sticks in my head. I can't remember what sort of stream it were, but randomly upstream, and he got a knock at the door, and he said, "Yeah, I've got to go, Jim. It's my ex-wife." And Jim were in hysterics. I can remember that quite well. Oh dear.
Well, if the ex-wife's at the door, I don't blame him. You've got to go and deal with that. Certainly. Donnarumma comes out to punch a corner away, and it's back out to Szoboszlai on Liverpool's left. He swings across towards the back post. Oh, Donnarumma tries to deal with it. Salah back in, and it's over the bar.
He's had a
Donnarumma. He tries to deal with that, doesn't he? Comes out and then sort of. Would it be unfair to say he flaps at it, Mark, or would you call that a flap?
100%. You'd be expecting him to come and catch that with somebody of his size, but comes out. He's quite tentative. Sort of back apex at box. You've got Canate and Salah there. He's sort of unchallenged and flaps at it with one hand, and it lands to Salah, who just hooks it back goalwards, but it lands on top of net rather than anywhere else. But yeah. Not great from him. That'll give Liverpool a bit of encouragement to try things like that again and put him under a bit of pressure.
Whatever happened to goalkeepers that come and catch the ball, Mark? There were quite a few when I was a kid that would come out and claim it, and there aren't so many now. There's a lot that punch and flap at the ball, and goalkeeping's changed somewhat. They coming out to punch the ball became commonplace over, back when I was younger, and I sound like an old man now, but back when I was younger, if a goalkeeper didn't come out and catch it, you were screaming at him, weren't you? It was like, catch the ball. What are you doing? It's
now, if you can't pass it out to right back or spread 160 yards, it's frowned upon now. Yeah, you've got to be a lot better with your feet. And yes, I think some goalkeepers, they look at that more than they do sort of catching it. So yeah, it has changed. The game's changed a lot, hasn't it, mate? Since probably I can think back to when I started watching United properly when I was like sort of 5-6 year old, and God, we've had some keepers back in day and up to now, and yeah, it's changed a lot, hell of a lot.
It really has, mate. And I'm just clocking Dave Morwood with another comment. Jimmy was saying no more praise. It's nice, but I'm not expecting it. So I thought, okay. And I said what I said, but it's a great channel Lord Ramble has created. Yeah, Jimmy's a very humble person, and he gets a little bit sickly when you heap too much praise on him, even though he does deserve it. For what he's done, creating a YouTube channel and a community, and it's so much more than even those two things. Done that out of his kitchen, and takes some doing in the time he's done it in as well. And we all get to enjoy it now. And the likes of me and Marc get to come and do a stream and enjoy ourselves and have a bit of fun and watch some football. There's a lot of people that have benefited from it. So, but he does not like that much praise. So we have to temper it down a little bit.
End of day, mate. We wouldn't be doing this without Jimmy, would we? And shout out to his wife, because if she weren't letting him in kitchen all them years ago, we wouldn't be where we are now. But yeah, it's fantastic, mate. It's like I've said before, and I've said in Plat Chat. It's sort of bonded friendships. It's brilliant. I mean, look at us. We're all going down to QPR. There's a right mob of us going down, and without this channel, that's not happening.
You're quite right, and I'm really looking forward to that as well. It'll be a really good day out. I'm getting into London fairly early. I'm getting there sort of mid-morning, so I can enjoy a bit of time with you lads, and we can go and have a bit of a drink and a wander around and a bit of a chat, and tour the local area on the way to the ground. It'll be
not be much sightseeing, I can tell you that for free.
We'll be looking at some taps at the other side of a bar. I should imagine.
Yeah.
That mostly in the lead up to the game. But just before I dip back into the comments, Donnarumma now with a long ball forward, Van Dijk heading it back, and it's now with Gakpo just in front of the centre circle. He's now looking to Liverpool, just trying to probe their way into the Man City penalty area. Wirtz has got it quite central, and it's now through to it was almost through to Gakpo. Looks like Nunez has drawn a foul from Gakpo there. City get a free kick, mate, just on their right hand side of their penalty area.
Just looking there, mate, when sort of McAllister's got it deep, and we spoke about it beforehand, that sort of 5, possibly when Liverpool's got ball, and that was sort of visual there. You could see that City trying to keep a low block and stay compact. Sort of last 5 minutes, Liverpool have been on top. They've had plenty more possession, but yeah, still yet to find breakthrough 32 minutes in.
Certainly are, and it's like Gravenberch with the ball now. Over. And it's through to Wirtz, who plays it. He looks to try and play it across. It's well defended by City.
He's got it stuck under his feet a bit there and allowed it to get back to Donnarumma.
Both teams looking threatening. I mean, we're in the 33rd minute of the game. It's still 0-0, but both looking threatening, both trying to play on the front foot. It's going to be one mistake, isn't it, mate, that sets this off?
Might be a bit of quality, mate, that like you say, sets it off. And that's a terrible pass by Alisson.
Yeah. Straight
out for a throw-in and puts Man City on attack again.
Yeah, so a throw-in for City deep in the Liverpool half. Pep looking on. So Nunez to take the throw. And down the line, cross from Rodri. It finds its way to Haaland, who hits one, and it's saved by Alisson at the near post. Fairly comfortable save, mate. Pretty routine for him. But Haaland with a little bit of an opening there, a little opportunity at the far post.
Yeah, it's a chance. We've seen him finish chances like that before. It's a good save by Alisson. Like you say, Lou, it's one you'd expect him to make. And if he didn't, you'd sort of be asking questions, really. But yeah, it's very open game. Neither side are sort of really sat back. They're sort of trying to probe when they do get ball and have possession. And yeah, it's an open game, this.
Yeah, and you can just see that they both need to win. They really are going for the full 3 points, both of them. Alaskan Blade says, "I've enjoyed the ramble as a mental vent to talk football. Not many people in Alaska know anything about it. Does wonders for mental health. Well, mate, we're really pleased that we can, and certainly I know Jimmy will be. We're really pleased that we can bring that benefit to you, and you're obviously always welcome here in the comments and to join the streams. And I'm glad that it does that for you, because it's done that for a lot of us as well. You know, quite a few of us have had our struggles. Some of us have been more vocal about it than others. I know Jimmy's very open about some of the struggles that he's had and how he's dealt with it, and how the Ramble has been a fantastic outlet for him and has helped him with some of the things that he's gone through. So we hope that it helps you, and you're obviously always very welcome here, and you're welcome to talk to us as well, and reach out to us if you're ever struggling.
Yeah, and I would say that well, everybody in that chat, if somebody was struggling, there'd be somebody there to pick them up, whether that's Jimmy or other people. I've openly had chats to people about stuff before that I've struggled with, and yeah, I think we're in a life now where it's more spoke about from a man's point of view. You've got things like Andy's Man Club and stuff like that that's out there, and yeah, it's not as frowned upon as it probably were once upon a time. So yeah, if Alaskan Blade, if you do sort of need somebody to speak to, get involved with channel if you can, whether that's as a Platinum Rambler or just as a Rambler, and yeah, somebody will definitely be able to help you.
Agreed, and you're right, mate. It's something that affects everyone. It affects people of all genders, ages, races, cultures, and no one should be frightened to talk about it, whoever they are, no matter what demographic they are. And unfortunately, the world's changed a bit more in that direction, and people can be more open about it. Martin says, "Afternoon, lads. Hate these derbies. Think we will beat them, but it won't be a walk in the park. Derbies can go anyway. Yes, they can, mate. 1-0, send them down. Let them have the Boxing Day Blade, sending them down." You see, this is the thing. So Martin is reflective of probably the attitude of a lot of Blades, and sometimes I can be a little bit like this, where you don't necessarily want to get carried away and wish for too much. Everyone's always worried about this game, and you just want to get out of it with a win. You just want to beat them and move on. You'll take the win, but it's football and anything can happen. And look, we went there and we went down to Hillsborough and beat them 3-0, and really they never looked like they really laid a glove on us in that game, and I don't expect them to at Bramall Lane, Martin. So I'd be disappointed if we didn't beat them fairly comprehensively, if I'm honest.
I think 1-0 from their point of view, they would probably say to us, well, we expected it, you've beat us, what do you expect? That's kind of probably what made it sweeter in first game at their place, because I think we were probably expected to win given their position, but we weren't in great form. Like I said, biggest win in a derby away from home that I think there's been for God knows how many years. Ever since I've been watching United, and I'm 33 now. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, mate. But like you said, come 12 o'clock, 12:30 on 22nd of Feb, it's all systems going. We'll all be panicking.
We will be, mate. All of us, including me. I'll have to not panic too much, because if I do the watch along, I've got to at least be a little bit composed and not look like I'm panicking. James says, over the years at Sheffield United, we've been spoilt with good keepers, apart from the two Warnock played at Burnley. Yeah, so obviously James is referring to Lee Baxter. Now, I think the other goalkeeper...
I know who it is, if you don't know.
Was it Alan Fettis?
Correct. And I was there that day.
Were you would have been a young Meldrew then, wouldn't you? You'd have been a slip of a Meldrew.
Yeah, well, probably not a Meldrew at that point. And if I were, I probably were a positive one. To be fair, me and my dad, when I was younger, probably up to age about when I was about 16, we didn't miss a game in Premier League under Warnock, went to every game. There were odd dentist appointment chucked in and odd doctor's appointment chucked in there and this, that, other. But yeah, it's my dad's actually got a book that he wrote everything in terms of like costings from that season, and he gave it me a couple of years back, and it's absolutely fascinating to see like difference in prices and with everything like food programs, hotels, fuel, that sort of thing. And I was there that day at Burnley. That were a bad day. That were a bad day. Alan Fettis and Lee Baxter, they're right up there. Them.
I remember it well, mate. Do you know what? I used to follow a moment away in those days, and I went to most away games. I wasn't at that one. I remember it vividly, and I remember seeing it on TV. It wasn't live, but I remember seeing the highlights and them talking about obviously the goalkeepers. And so it was one of the few games I probably didn't go away from home to, and I was lucky in the end because that was it was a bit of a horrible affair. What went off with the goalkeeping, but just to touch on, and James was mentioning though. Oh no, I think it was you that mentioned about the costing. Sorry, I was going back to James' comment. You were mentioning your dad about the cost of everything. It's changed so much, mate. I've bought 2 tickets for United games coming up, and both were the same price. Both with I think 39 quid, which is eye watering compared to what I used to pay when I was younger.
When we went to, I think, Arsenal under Warnock, so it would have been first year. Sorry, Clay back in Arte, first year at Emirates, and I think it was 42 quid for an adult then.
Yeah.
So you're talking like what 2006-07 season. But yeah, their memories I'll treasure forever, mate. They were absolutely class. I mean, my dad don't go to any aways really now. Just I don't really know why. He does a lot with work and stuff. So he's a taxi driver, so he works for himself. So sometimes it can be hard to get it off. But yeah, some of my memories growing up as a kid were amazing in terms of watching United. I've had some good times. Brilliant.
Yeah, and I remember that Warnock era very well. It was kind of similar in Wilder, similar to the Wilder era in some ways. That kind of brought a lot of supporters back to watching United because we obviously went through a drab period, financial difficulties and everything else, and we'd been relegated from the Premier League in the mid-90s, and yeah, the crowds were dropping and the enthusiasm wasn't really there. And then Warnock brought a little bit of that back. He made a side that at least fought for the shirt a bit, and some characters he brought into the team. And then, of course, we had that season where we made 2 cup semi-finals and very nearly got promoted, which kind of a lot of people fell in love with United again then.
That season as well. Sorry to jump in there.
Yeah.
That season I never ever went into a game. Even we could be 2-0 down and I think we'd come back and win. We were that good at coming back from sort of defeats. And I remember playing Leicester on like Bank Holiday Monday in April, and we were 1-0 down in 85th minute. We won 2-1 with 5 minutes to go. The Saba scored at Cop End, and honestly, so many good memories. Like you say, Watchalong against Liverpool, and that were around time when they were sniffing round him, and we had leads in both cups. We beat him in FA Cup, Worthington Cup. There's just so many, mate. I think Warnock gets a bit of stick, I think, from some United fans due to, I think, things he said previously when he's been at other clubs. But I just think of that time as note but sort of good times, really, in my childhood.
Yeah, I had some good times, mate, watching him then, certainly. And just to mention there to the viewers that Liverpool were making claims for a penalty then by the looks of it. There's a free kick that comes in from Szoboszlai. It's headed on by Van Dijk, and there's a shout for a pull on Salah.
That looks like a pen to me. Silva's pulling him at back. I'd be shocked if this isn't given.
Hands on the shoulder, isn't it? I think that's going to go to VAR, certainly.
Very similar. This not too dissimilar to the Keane Lewis Potter one yesterday at St James's, where Trippier had hold of him. I don't know if you've seen it, Lou, from last night.
Yes.
Late kickoff, but I'll be shocked if this ain't give. To be fair, Salah don't look happy, so I don't know what's gone off here.
He certainly felt a touch. It looked to me on that replay, and it was a little bit blurred because of the speed of it, but it looked like Bernardo Silva's hand was on his shoulder. So he's obviously felt some contact there, and it looks like there's been a little bit of a pull.
It don't look like they've get out, to be fair, but Salah's not happy. I mean, where's Gaz done when you need him? And shout out to Gaz. I think he's had an important game today online in Women's League. So, yeah, hope game went all right, pal.
Yeah, I hope it went okay, Gaz. And we could do with a man in black here to tell us what exactly is going on there, because there was like you say, a fairly strong shout for Salah having been pulled back in the area. Sorry, mate. Go ahead.
I don't know about you. I thought that looked more penalty than not penalty, to be fair, on first viewing. But I'd have to see it back. I mean, Van Dijk's nursing a bit of an injury here. He's got stuck in there. Oh, Arlen's caught him sort of right left ankle area. He's back on his feet now. Yeah. And just coming up to half time, gone into 45th minute. Be interesting to see. I can't see there being too much added time.
And the ball goes out for what looks to be a City throw just inside City's half. Alaskan Blades' pop quiz. Name all the former Blades keepers in the Prem, starter or backup. So I will add a really obscure one to that because there's no point me sat here because some of the people in comments and Marc, you can name some of the maybe more memorable ones. But Salvatore Bibo was a goalkeeper that we had. It was a third choice goalkeeper in the early Premier League years. I think at the time, would have been behind Kelly and Tracy. I think in those first two Premier League years, or maybe in the second Premier League year, we had him. I remember him because I completed. It's the only sticker book I ever completed. The Premier League 93-94 Merlin sticker book. I completed it, and our third goalkeeper in that was Sal Bibo. And I always remember that.
How old were you then?
How old would I have been? 94. I would have been going on. So the summer of 94, I would have been going on for 9 years old. So, I was 8 going on 9.
I was 2.
It's crazy, isn't it, when you think it feels like 5 minutes ago, doesn't it, all this?
Yeah. You touched on in there, like Alan Tracy, Simon Kelly. Alan Kelly, Simon Tracy. We've had some amazing keepers like Henderson, Paddy Kenny. I think in Premier League, we had Ian Bennett as a backup. I think we had Paul Gerrard.
Gerrard, yeah.
He was loan from Everton. I think when Paddy Kenny went down injured in Premier League, but obviously, who needs a keeper when you've got Phil Jagielka?
Indeed, yeah, he could maybe even be added to that list. And obviously, we had, as you mentioned, Paddy, and then Dean Henderson in our last spell in the Premier League. I'm trying to remember who the backup would have been to Dean Henderson. Simon Moore, yeah. Simon Moore, and then our last spell in the Premier League. So would our goalkeepers have been then? I'm just trying to add to the list now for
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale.
We're back up to Ramsdale. Amissa,
and we had Ivo Gerbic as well. The last time we were in the Premier League, Ivo Gerbic was one that played for us.
Wes didn't play in Premier League for us, did he?
Wes Foderingham, yes. So, you're right. I was trying to reach for who was our starting goalie when we went up last time. It was Wes. Wes and then Gerbic came in, and Gerbic had a shocker, and Wes came back in from memory. I tried to wash it from my memory that season. To be honest with you, it was pretty horrific. But
and that's half time. It's 0-0. Fairly even game. I think both sides have tried to go for it. Semenyo had a chance that were deflected. Arlen sort of got slipped through after a couple of minutes, and Mo Salah had that chance at sort of Liverpool end. So it's 0-0 at half time. Like that question though. Good question that.
Yeah, it was a good question. There might be some people in the comments that remember some of the other goalkeepers, but Alaskan Blade also says the extended darkness in Alaska makes it tough for a lot of people up here. I'm doing good now though. Thanks for everything. No, that's good, mate. I'm pleased, and I know it's tough. There's kind of a syndrome or a psychological condition, isn't there, that's affected by that. I think a lot of people in the Nordic region I've struggles with it as well. So know a little bit about that, or I've certainly read and heard a little bit about that. So hopefully you're doing well, mate. And but a beautiful part of the world as well. Some really interesting places up there as well. So it's you get some struggles, I'm sure, with the darkness at certain times of the year. But a beautiful part of the world as well. And that James says, and that one at Burnley was Brownie's last game. Was sent off in the tunnel, was in the corner. Do you know what he's referring to there? Oh, he's referring to the Burnley game with the Lee Baxter moment.
Were it his last game? Could have been. It could have been. You know, it could have been. It could have been.
Because it was a season after the triple assault season, wasn't it? And it was Brownie was sold halfway through it to Spurs for not a lot of money. I think he went for about 400 grand, something like that.
It tells me.
It could have been his last game.
Let's have a look here. I'll have a look now.
James says in the Warnock era we scored a lot of late goals.
We did.
Daniel Blade says it's surprising it's still 0-0. Yeah, it was a lively first half. Maybe no clear-cut chances though in that first half. I'd say it was lively. There were some moments, but apart from maybe the Haaland chance early on that Alisson came out and smothered, nothing really clear-cut. Just just a lot of moments where something could have been created, but nothing really came off. Alaskan Blade is referring to former Blades keepers that are currently on a Prem team. Okay. So that would Aaron Ramsdale would qualify in that respect. I don't know if there'd be too many. To be honest with you. Dean Henderson, obviously, at Palace. Not sure there'd be too many of those that are still currently playing in the Premier League, but maybe I'm missing one or two. I suppose is Wes still at West Ham?
No, he's at a foreign club. Not sure if it was somewhere out in like Cyprus, somewhere like that. Name escapes me, but I think obviously there's Henderson and Ramsdale, isn't there?
Yeah.
They're on it too. I can think off the top of my head. I might be miles off with some, but I'm just looking at that game he's referring to. So
Dave says Sal Bebo was a Disney character in Aladdin. quite possibly. We get players from everywhere, Dave, and it wouldn't surprise me if we'd taken someone from the cast of Aladdin to be our third choice goalkeeper. Nothing surprises me with Sheffield United. But as Mark said, it's half time. It's 0-0 between Liverpool and Manchester City. Somewhat surprising in the way the two teams started the game. Lots of attacking intent, but as I say, not too many clear-cut chances, just little moments, one or two set pieces. Haaland early on getting the ball smothered by Alisson in the Liverpool goal. And there we are earlier in the day. And I think you caught the game as well, Mark. I think it finished 1-0 at Brighton. Brighton 0, Crystal Palace 1. Massive result for Crystal Palace, given West Ham's recent upturn in form as well, and they're trying to hunt down the likes of Forest, Leeds, and Spurs and Palace above them. Palace really needed that, didn't they?
Massive result. I mean, I think we touched on it before, sort of off stream. That was the first win, I think, in 13 games since 7th of December. So yeah, they needed to pull the finger out, really, and that's same for a lot of sides down there. I mean, you'd like to say probably Wolves and Burnley are 2, and then it's only 1 from 4 or 5 possibly. I mean, I've even said Leeds are on 29 points, and that gap's, I think, 9 points to the bottom 3. And when we were at Premier League, we had a 10-point gap in April and still went down. So just keep churning away, keep picking up points. And see where it leaves you at the end of the season. But I think it will be a big number this year that you need, possibly 40 plus to stay in Premier League.
Well, you can catch reviews of the Premier League. I'm plugging it again, Mark. Forgive me. You can catch reviews of the Premier League on a Thursday. So it tends to be a pre-recorded show. We do a live show for the Championship, and we do a pre-record of Top 20 Takes, which is a review of Premier League fixtures from the prior weekend, and we'll review all of the current goings on up at the top end of the table, right down to the bottom. And there'll certainly, almost certainly, unless Paul tells me otherwise, there'll be a show this week as well, which, as I say, will more than likely go out on Thursday. But if you keep your eyes peeled for it on the channel and on socials, we'll make sure everyone knows when that goes out. But it's usually on a Thursday evening, and we'll cover this game as well between Liverpool and City and review what's gone on here. Lots to talk about on it next week with West Ham winning again, and a big result for Leeds against Forest on the Friday night. So it's really tightened things up down at the bottom, certainly between 18th. And the 4 or 5 teams just above them. So, it's not out of the woods yet, some of those teams, Mark. down there. And despite Leeds' great form, Leeds have been fantastic the last 10, 11 games. And seemed like they were pulling away, but West Ham in fabulous form at the minute. It's all tightened up again.
It's going to be very interesting. I think he touched on Leeds there. They've had like Calvert-Lewin and Nemecha. They've had something like 17 goal involvements, and they were both free transfers. It's Calvert-Lewin is a little bit like Bamford for us in terms of if you can keep him fit and get him firing. Sort of what he gives you is brilliant, really, for your team. And he's been a breath of fresh air for Leeds. I think it's what they needed going up at a proven striker at Premier League. Even despite his injuries, he's been a breath of fresh air for them, and he come with a reputation and probably a lot of stick that he can't cut it in Premier League anymore due to his injuries. But yeah, fair play to him. But at a minute you can't call it, can you? In terms of Forest didn't look great Friday. I am a little bit worried for them. Probably them and Palace are the two. West Ham seem better away from London Stadium for some strange reason. They don't seem to be pulling up any trees there. I think they had a positive result against Sunderland recently, didn't they? But yeah, it's just going to be interesting, mate. There'll be twists and turns right at the very end, I think.
There will be, mate, and it really is non-stop, and obviously Nuno will be pretty pleased with the current form at the moment. But teams above them picking up points as well, it's going to be really tough, and I think you're going to need a decent points total to pull yourself to safety towards the end. Alaskan Blade says Ramsdale, Henderson, Simon Moore is at Sunderland. He is. Yeah, good shout. Didn't realise Wes had moved. No, neither did I. Marc set me right on that. Alaskan Blade, no idea.
They weren't there long at West Ham.
Yeah, I think you were maybe a season. Were you there a season? Or?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe even half a season and he moved. But yeah, you're not turning that down, are you? They probably doubled his wages from what he was at United.
And Ian said, if only there was a show where we could catch up on the latest Premier League takes. Ian, do you mean this show?
Top 20 takes! Turn it up, let it play! Every match, every mistake, they break it down their way! Top 20 takes! From the raw to the rich, they make man melt and Batman Lou! This is the show you never skip, you never
Sorry, mate. Since Ian mentioned it, I just had to play it. It's a bit of a banger, that one. I remember when...
Another one, mate. It's another one. There's none of these tunes, mate. They're brilliant. They all are.
Well, when he made it, he sent it to me and Paul as a, like, you know, the draft of it. You know, kind of, right, what do you think? This is what we're going to have. And I was just like, I love it. I just absolutely love it. It's a banger. And the All Aboard the Championship one's really good as well. And but the problem I have, right, so I try to be composed and almost a little bit professional when I join these streams. So when we do those shows, we had top 20 takes. I think it was the second time we ever ran that intro. And I can see, so obviously all you can see is the intro if you're the viewer. And Paul's down in a little window at the bottom, man mountain, and he's doing this. And me and Gaz are just like trying not to laugh. And then I'm about to join stream, and I've just completely lost my composure. He's a nightmare, honestly. He does it to poo house me before I go on.
They're good, mate. They are good. But both of them are championship one and all. But yeah, there's some. There'll be a Ramble album coming out soon. So any record labels out there, if you want to get involved and talk contracts, get in touch.
We need the Ramble mixtape, don't we? I think that's one of the next things we need on the channel from Jim.
Imagine that.
It'd be full, wouldn't it? You'd have like 20 odd tracks on there. James says, I've put the link of the Burnley game in the WhatsApp group. Oh, thanks, mate. I'll check that out in a bit. It's been a long time.
That, yeah, I was going to say,
a long time.
There's some. I was just looking on here. I managed to get it up on here. Any guesses for who United scorers that day were, Lou?
Oh, do you know what? I say I remember the game, but I mainly remember it for Lee Baxter. The United scorers that day. So we lost the game 3-2, I think.
Correct.
If I remember it right.
Yeah.
The scorers. Going to struggle, mate. Would you remember that offhand without looking?
Yeah, I probably would have got it. It would have took me a bit of thinking, but I think I would have got it. Yeah. What? I'll give you a clue. One of the scorers spent a lot of his career at Bolton, and he were a defender, central defender. Would have played at side of Chris Morgan in this game, or possibly possibly centre half or right back.
Centre half or right back, played for Bolton.
And I'm looking at this. I've got Jags at centre half, so I'm guessing this player played right back.
I'll have a think on and come back to that. Someone might be able to tell us in the comments before I can get it.
And then other scorer, played for United for a number of years, and he's now a coach in, I believe, Japan.
A coach in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick Montgomery.
Correct.
Do you know what now? I think I recall the goal as well, now that you mention it.
Yeah. A crowd of just 11,452 with a Robbie Blake double and Ian Moore with one in between.
Robbie Blake and Ian Moore. Yeah, there's some names from my youth. Robbie Blake was a good player. He was a really good player at championship level. Very, very good player.
Yeah, Brownie got sent off 56 minutes in.
Wow. I'm trying to remember who the Bolton, ex-Bolton defender was.
Played for Bolton, and I'll have a look who else, because I think he played elsewhere. But the team I think of when I think of this individual is mainly Bolton. Played for them in Premier League. Before, in fact, he actually played most of his games at Leicester from 92 to 97. He played 147 times for Leicester, went to Bolton 97 to 2003. Then he played 17 games for us and scored one goal, which were obviously in this game.
The name Mike Whitlow is screaming at me.
Correct.
Mike Whitlow, I almost forgotten he'd played for us.
Correct. And incidentally, he's actually at Mansfield now as an under-18s coach, according to this.
Oh, interesting. I do remember Mike Whitlow. Yeah, I remember. I think difficult distinction. Who would I associate him with? Yeah, either Bolton or Leicester. I remember him playing for both. And he had a short spell with us.
Playing for Leicester. I don't remember him playing for Leicester, but I would have been, 2 or 3 at the time when he were. So that's probably
he was at Leicester before, I think you're right. He went from Leicester to Bolton, so it's probably why I recall the Leicester spell. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Mike Whitlow and Nick Montgomery, 2 unlikely scorers as well.
Exactly, mate. But yeah, it's I always remember us playing in that white kit that had like red on shoulders with divots on the middle. Yeah, we've had some corkers over the years, haven't we?
We have. The quality wasn't always there, I have to say. There were some shirts around that era that you had to wash on a gentle wash. We couldn't put them in on a 40 for an hour. They had to go in on a 30.
Don't talk to me about my mum used to go mad at me. Like, she used to go, I'm not hand washing them shirts again. You know what I mean? Because I used to go, Mum, don't put them in wash. You'll take sponsor off, or you used to have my name up back or whatever. Or I get it now. Mr. Whit Young now, he's got his name up back with number 4, and I'm saying to her, don't you put them in wash. Make sure you hand wash them, because all letters will come off. But yeah, it's memories, mate. Proper memories.
They were back in the day when we were lads.
They're
coming back out. James says Wes is in Cyprus. I think Limassol. He was saying he was abroad. I didn't realise that.
Cyprus. I just couldn't think of team. I'd have never got that.
No. I like Wes. I thought Wes was a little bit of a victim of how under-equipped we are when we last went up, because he got a little bit stick and he made 1 or 2 little mistakes. Being asked to come out and be a goalkeeper that plays with his feet, which he wasn't really. He wasn't qualified for that. He needed to be a bog standard goalkeeper, which he was good at. I think he had a team in front of him that wasn't equipped for the level, and unfortunately he paid the price by losing his place. I'm not sure we were any better off, mate, by replacing him with Gerbich or whoever else came in at that point.
We could have had Donnarumma in there. I don't think we'd have done out, mate. But no. Yeah, one memory always sticks in my head with Wes, where there was a couple really when he got sent off against Blackpool under Eskin. Yeah, we ended up with 9 men, and I think the other one was when he saved a penalty against Blackburn. We had 10 men. Live on Sky, Reda Kadra missed for Blackburn.
I remember that, yeah.
And Ben Davis nipped up in 93rd minute to win it. That's probably last few years. I would say that's probably one of the best scenes I've seen at Lane. It was fantastic that night.
Yeah.
They brought They brought a good crowd as well, Blackburn, and brilliant time.
Yeah, I was. There were some good nights that season. Liverpool have a little bit of a sniff there with Salah just inside the area, blocked and clear. But Liverpool start the second half really strongly. Gakpo looking to work his way into the area, but Semenyo just nips the ball back and gets it away. And he tries to knock it forward now for Marmouche, who's through on goal. Oh, and Alisson comes out, and Alisson completely misses the clearance. And for a moment there, it looked like Marmouche was going to have an open goal to knock the ball into from 20 yards, but he just didn't quite. Just looking it back now, it just ran behind him, didn't it?
What a pass by Semenyo as well to try that. Alisson, a bit like Donnarumma earlier, absolutely in no man's land. What's he did here?
I think Van Dijk's gone into the back of Haaland there.
That's never a booking. I think that's harsh. I'd like to hear what Gaz thinks to that. Whether he's
I think it's harsh.
I don't know.
It's certainly a foul. I mean, Van Dijk is going through the back of Haaland there. Haaland does really well there. He's quite clever, Mark. If you notice, he runs across Van Dijk to draw the foul. He kind of gets his body across like a good centre forward should, and they get tangled up. I think yellow card's a little bit harsh. It was a bit of a coming together between.
Much of a muchness in it. I think it was the trailing leg that got stuck in between. I think that's probably caused him to give that. Maybe it's an accumulation of fouls previous. But yeah, City have a free kick halfway inside Liverpool's half, fairly central. Bernardo Silva just sort of moving players around, telling them where to be. And you'd expect this to possibly go towards somebody like Marc Guéhi in box to try and knock it down and feed off second ball.
And it's cleared temporarily by Liverpool, but then City trying to work it back in, and now it just comes back out to the left-hand side to Kirkes. He'll lump the ball forward. And it looks like Silva gets on the end of that to head it away. Liverpool on the attack again, and now City just breaking it down. So really, it's getting a little bit scrappy in the middle here. Both teams looking to play on the front foot. This is the thing, and it all condenses a little bit in the middle sometimes because they're both looking for that transition, aren't they? To get away, and I've used the word transition. I'm just remembering that Dave the Nose doesn't like words like that, transition and half spaces and
low block.
And low block. Yeah, sorry, Dave. And that gives me an opportunity to say as well that 3MB, the Three Mardy Blades, will be back over on Blades Ramble from 6:30 this evening. So just following me and Mark, so we can't hang about too long after this. We'll have to give the guys some clearance and get off the stream, so that some of our lovely viewers can get over there for their essential fix of 3MB for the week. So the lads will be back to talk about all things Sheffield United and ahead of a big game tomorrow night, mate, against Middlesbrough. I'm sure you'll be there. Big
game, mate. Yeah, it's trying not to mention that dreaded P word yet. We've spoke about it before, but yeah, if you can tune in tonight, it's a fantastic show that Jimmy and Paul and Dave do on a Sunday, or if they do ever change day. It's brilliant show. Plenty of discussion about how United are doing, and if you've not caught it yet, please try and do so. It's a brilliant watch.
Yeah, it really is. I think although it's got a good following, and the people that watch it regularly love it, and rightly so. But I think as a football chat, something to focus on a specific team, it's up there with anything on YouTube that I've seen in terms of the level of opinion, the quality of the opinion as well, the knowledge on Sheffield United. The three lads know their stuff, so it's really worth. I watch it every week. It's brilliant. So anybody that's tuning in of a Sheffield United persuasion, or even not, who's just sort of mildly interested, honestly, it's worth checking out. So 6:30 tonight. And as I say, we can't hang about too long. We're in the 51st minute of this game now. And Sir Bosley's got the ball out on the right-hand side, knocks it inside. And the ball is switched by Wirtz there, I think, over to Kirkes.
I think it was McAllister who passed it.
It was, mate. You're right. It was the number 10 when it's Wirtz is 7, isn't he?
And Gakpo's stood offside. It's a Man City free kick.
And I think Kirkes has had a decent game, this game. He's looked to get forward when he can, and he sort of probe for those little, sorry, Dave, the nose again, half spaces up in front of the Man City defence. But he's defended well as well. When the ball's been turned around and City have come forward, he's stood up and done well at the other end as well.
Yeah, he's had a difficult time, I think, in his sort of early Liverpool career. I think Kenway a big reputation from Bournemouth, probably by his own standards, he'll probably a big fish in a small pond, and he's obviously not that now. So, yeah, it might take a bit of time to settle in, but yeah, on his day, quality fullback, and yeah, he's been lively today. So we'll see. Obviously, Liverpool playing Szoboszlai at right back, missing Jeremy Frimpong. So yeah, it's kept in by Wirtz. It's an ash clearance by Nori. Szoboszlai with an effort from 25 yards straight into Donnarumma's chest.
And Marc, thankfully, keeping up with the commentary, because I always get distracted by the comments and just seeing what people are saying. So, fortunately, I've got a very capable co-host that's watching the game and knows how to commentate on it. And we've got Daniel the Blade says 92-94 is my favourite United shirt. They go for a fair amount due to now not many surviving in the washer. Right, so interestingly, Daniel, I've got one from the 93-94 season, and it is a match-worn one. So some Blades will remember a midfielder that we had called Paul Rogers, who I think we got from Wimbledon from memory. And I actually saw him score against Arsenal, a game that I attended as a kid at Bramhall Lane that season. Kevin Campbell, Ty's late dad, God rest his soul, scored for Arsenal. And Paul Rogers with the Blades goal. But I've got, not from that game, but from another game in the same season, a match-worn Paul Rogers shirt, which I won in a raffle, believe it or not. I was at Sheffield United football in the community. I used to go to that regularly. Old TC Tony Curry.
Yeah, I did. I used to go to that as well.
They were brilliant, weren't they, mate? I used to go as a kid, and I got to know TC a little bit as well. He's a really good guy.
Used to do them at my old school, in holidays and stuff. Yeah, fantastic. Got some great memories. Great memories doing that.
Yeah, same. And but that's where I got the shirt from, Daniel. So I've got that 93-94, which fits into that time period you're talking about. I've got that shirt and a match worn one. It hasn't got the laces though, so I don't know if you remember, Marc. It had laces in the collar,
I've got the
laces
one.
were missing.
I've got the one that the club sort of sell, just because I couldn't get that one, obviously, because of how old I were. But my brother's got a fair few. I was just going to touch on there. I didn't want to butt in at the time, but fantastic chance by Ekitike. It sort of made its way across box. Wirtz collected it centrally, pinching it off Rodri.
Oh, and a moment there from, don't know if you want to just say what happened there, mate. Close there for Liverpool.
Great ball into box by Wirtz, and Ekitike rises. There's an offside flag gone up. But yeah, another chance. He probably just don't get enough on it. Donnarumma comes out and clears it, but great ball in by Wirtz, sort of right apex at penalty area. It's very, very marginal. They've obviously had to look at that, and Donnarumma's come and sort of punched out and cleared it. But yeah, a couple of chances in quick succession there for Liverpool. They've come out, took the ascendancy this half and putting City under a bit of pressure. But yeah, the chance previous, as I mentioned, it were well worked by Wirtz. Nicked it off Rodri, made its way across to the left-hand side at box, and it would sort of 2 or 3 yards wide at right-hand post. But yeah, Liverpool coming into this game now.
The two that got a bit of a coming together there between Donnarumma and Ekitike on that cross. Two absolute giants of men there clattering into one another. Donnarumma just about gets his hand up to punch it away. He's a handful, that Ekitike, physically. You know, when he gets up, and he's a big lad and he's athletic as well. So Donnarumma's done well there. But City coming forward, and they're inside the Liverpool area. Now, Semenyo with a shot, and it's saved by Alisson.
Great
again,
save by
yeah, again, he probably should save it. It's fairly central at him, but there's a lot of power behind it.
Out to Salah on left-hand side.
Ekitike! Oh! How was he not scored?
Sorry, mate. Absolute gilt-edge chance. It's a great ball by Salah from outside of his left foot. He's gone out to opposite side at left, and it all comes from a City chance on edge of Liverpool's box from Semenyo. It's a big whack-up pitch by Alisson. Absolutely fantastic ball.
Yeah.
So poor header by Kusanov, and it just makes its way to Ekatike. Would have been interesting to see if Salah handballed that in build-up, but fantastic ball. And Ekatike, 6-yard out. He's got to head that anywhere either side of the keeper between posts, and it's in, and he heads it a yard wide at left-hand post. Absolutely. That's best chance at game by far, mate.
It was, mate. And I tell you what, the cross from Salah in his unfamiliar position over on the left, because normally he's coming in off the right, a cross with the outside of his left foot, that's the cross of your dreams, that, isn't it? That's just like, head that. Just head it in.
Couldn't have asked for better, really. Yeah, it's
incredible.
A free kick to Liverpool up right-hand side, foul on Verts. But yeah, Liverpool definitely on top, getting a foothold in this game.
And they come again now with Kirkness. There's a chance. Oh! Gakpo and oh dear. We look like...
He looks in some dish cut offside again. Donnarumma's waving intently here. Something's not quite right with Kusanov.
I think we might have... It looks suspiciously... It looks like concussion, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's moving, thank God. Yeah, the nasty ones. Chance for Gakpo. That 2 in quick succession. I don't know if you want to just explain what happened there, mate, to people who might not have.
Yeah, it looks like a coming together again. So the ball got... so McAllister's played it out to the left-hand side. Kirkez has played a low ball into the box. So McAllister on his chest then turns it towards Gakpo. Gakpo's offside, but there's then a bit of a coming together where Kusanov tries to come across Gakpo to block it as Donnarumma's coming out. And I think Kusanov's been basically sandwiched by the two of them. Looks like he's taken a knock to the head. Not clear from that replay exactly when, but it looks like he might have been a kick to the head, Marc, accidental, of course, but I don't know. I don't know where. He's certainly in some discomfort, mate. You know, the eyes were shut and he was rolling around. And
straight away, you always sort of look at players' reactions when that happens, and Donnarumma were really sort of waving intently at sort of medical staff. But yeah, just showing that chance for Ekatike again, and he knows it's a big chance. We spoke about him before, Lou, how good he were in air, and he'll be disappointed with that.
He will be, mate. I mean, I remember, you know, I didn't play at the level these lads played at, nowhere near it. But you know, if that chance comes to me in the area, I'm very disappointed if I don't score from there. Easier said than done at this level. It's spinning towards him at speed, but it's a good chance in it. I mean, a player of his caliber, he's got to bury that.
Yeah, Kusanov's up, thank God, and he's walking off pitch with medical staff. That's the last thing you want to see is players in any sort of danger. But what a block that is.
Oh, he's taken a knee. He took a knee from Donnarumma, didn't he? So he went into it. It was a great block from Kusanov, very brave. Got the blocking on Gakpo, but as Donnarumma comes out, his knee, which is one of the, you know, your knees or your elbows are the hardest part of your body, aren't they? And he catches Kusanov square in the forehead with his knee.
Double whammy there. I think he got caught in face with Donnarumma's knee, and then Gakpo's not really seeing him, and he's put his leg on top of him. So yeah, he's done well to get out of that pretty much unscathed, really.
Does he have some concussion protocol here? Because it looks like City are going to be bringing some subs on. Kusanov's on the sideline now with Pep. Fortunately, he looks well and he's walking around. He's okay, which is pleasing to see. It was worrying at the time, but
looking here, it looks like 2 subs coming up for City, just shy of sort of 60 minutes in. First one, Ruben Diaz, and second one looks to be Ryan Shirky. So it'll be interesting to see who comes off. Whether it's somebody like O'Reilly, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. So we're making these changes shortly.
I'll just dip back into the comments for a moment while they're making the changes. James says, do you remember the orange away shirt from the Warnock era that when you put it in on, it was like paper? Yeah, I think I had it, James. I think I had that orange shirt. That was wasn't that HFS Loans? The sponsor on that?
Funny story about that as well. I don't know if you remember this at the time. I don't know, obviously, how old you were at the time. I were probably about 10, 11, 12, something like that. And funny thing about that shirt is they brought it out, but when they brought it out, the sponsor was cardboard on the front, and people moaned about it that much that it were coming off. They said to people, if you take it back, we've got the sponsor, and you can have it printed, and it was free, and you could go and have it done. So you had some people walking around with cardboard because it was really heavy up front.
Yeah, but like a foam square, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah. So these are just weird things like that. I remember. It's really odd, but it's livened up this game though. Livened up.
It has, and Liverpool get a free kick deep in their half. Man Mountain in the comments. Hello, mate. Thanks for leaving us a comment. He says, "Hey up, Lou. We're on with Gaz Sinclair Thursday night, pal. City going to nick this, I reckon. So Gaz must be joining us for one of our shows. First I've heard of it. That's brilliant news. And I met Gaz recently, so some of the Ramblers know. I went to Western Park Hospital with the club on behalf of our friend Rich Carrington. Had a great day there. Obviously, it was a difficult day as well. It's a cause close to my heart for family reasons, which was one of the reasons that I went, but attended with the club on his behalf. Was really proud to do it. Felt like a real privilege to go and spend a day with some of the patients and with obviously with the players as well, and with Chris Wilder. But Gary Sinclair was there, and I spent quite a lot of time chatting to him that day. Even gave him a lift into town afterwards, and as some of the Ramblers know, dropped him off on West Street in Sheffield, and he left his keys to his establishment on my seat. I was halfway towards Sheffield Parkway, and realised they were there. Got a call from Man Mountain. There was a massive panic, so I had to drive around town again. Took me ages to get back to him. Dropped the keys back off to poor old Gaz, who didn't realise they'd obviously fallen out of his pocket or something. But that was an adventure. I'll just break off here because Semenyo's cutting in, and it looks like he was offside. So Semenyo. Yeah,
but
so
that's the thing, mate. That's the thing, mate. As well, you sort of touch on obviously chats you've had with Gaz and obviously stuff you've done. These are things that you're all able to do because of sort of connections with Ramble and, like I said, Rich and Jimmy and other people like that. And I know how much that sort of meant to you that day, sort of doing that. And it's a sort of place that's quite close to myself as well. I've had things in my family to do with that as well, and it's some at work they do is fantastic with patients. Oh,
City with an effort there. Ruben Diaz from distance, but it goes wide. It'd be interesting to see how far away this. I'll come back to that comment in a minute, but just he's not a million miles away, is he? But Alisson's all right. He knows it's going wide.
I think it's hit Maya Jammer on head that.
Yeah, in what would be the that's the away end, isn't it? At that end. Thanks Paul for letting me know, mate. That'll be brilliant. I look forward to seeing Gaz again. He was great company on the day. I know you know him very well. Paul is an acquaintance, a friend of Gaz. Great that we're going to get him on. Obviously, he's a massive personality at our football club, and as Liverpool come forward, it's a chance for Wirtz. Oh, and it's deflected wide.
Great block by, I think it was Gay, was it?
It was great, yeah. He managed to just get in the way of that. And
how is this 0-0, mate?
I don't know. Guay with some great defending there. Donnarumma's pretty grateful for it.
Two bits of good play there. One by sort of Ekatike to flick it back to Wirtz. Clearly intentional. And then Wirtz has done his best just to sort of hit it on target, and good block by Marc Gay.
Yeah, and a Liverpool corner to come here. Mo Salah swings it towards the far post, and it's clear. Looks like Diaz. I think he gets it. It is Diaz. Gets it away at the far post. So thank you for that. So Man Mountain letting us know we're going to have Gaz Sinclair on. Looks like Thursday night. So that's great news. Yeah, look forward to that.
Tune into that definitely.
Alaskan Blade, huge game tomorrow. We need to keep momentum. Do Phillips and Rothwell make the starting lineup? I think Rothwell will, mate. I think Calvin Phillips will be drip fed into it. He's not played a lot of football. I don't know what you think on that, Mark, as Liverpool set to take.
Yeah, I'll just wait till this corner comes in. Headed out by Haaland.
Yeah, now Liverpool just trying to work their way back towards the 18-yard box, and Guehi's going to clear that with his head. And City, are they going to draw a foul? Yes, they do. Draw a foul from Van Dijk. They're just outside the Manchester City area. 65 minutes. We're into the 66th minute of the game now.
Who came off, mate? Were it Marmouche and who was the other one? Was it Nunes? Were it?
I think it was, mate. Yes, because it looks like Diaz is over on that right-hand side. Salah tries to...
I don't remember him putting it up on the screen. That's all when it happened. But yeah, back to sort of that question that got asked. I can't see Phillips starting. I don't think he will. I think it'd be a shock if he did. I'm not too fussed if Arblaster and Peck play again. I've got a funny feeling, mate, about Gyro. I think he might be involved, you know. I don't know why. Just the little clips I've seen, he don't look like a man who's sort of still not... Well, I don't know, obviously, nature of his injury, but yeah, I think Blaster struggled a little bit against Oxford. He played that great ball to Burris for first goal for Peck, but yeah, we're stacked in there now, aren't we? It's going to be... There's so many combinations and pairs you can put together. It'll be interesting. It
will be, mate. And obviously we're, there are some smoke and mirrors with Chrissy Wilder at times as well. Like you say, Gyro, is he as far away as we're maybe thinking? Okay. Same for Pat Bamford. You know, he's saying, he's a major doubt, you know, for Monday. And he was talking weeks at one point. But I've just got an inkling that he might be involved in the match day squad. You know, I have just got an inkling about it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And we're just advertising, I think, the Super Bowl then as well, which, as I say, is going to be later this evening. City now with a ball inside their 6-yard box. Donnarumma is going to knock it forward. And it doesn't really go anywhere. It goes straight to Van Dijk, who nods it into the middle of the park for Gravenberch. Szoboszlai, Lee's mate, now on the ball, looking to drive forward. And he plays a lovely pass into Salah. Is that a penalty?
Outside, I think he's getting it outside box.
I'm not sure, you know, mate. I'm not sure he was outside the box.
Salah's going mad saying it's a pen. This will be interesting. There's a crowd right there. Van Dijk's trying to sort of clear it. Obviously, it's meant to be two captains. It's all happening here.
I'm not sure the contact wasn't engaged inside the penalty area, if indeed there was contact. Looked like there was.
Gay's been booked. Be interesting to see this again. Good ball through by Szoboszlai.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, the referee, it's a foul. Gay's got his shirt and he engages it outside the area. So it's well done, the referee there.
Clever. If he holds on any longer there, it's in box, isn't it? And it's another decision to make. But yeah, he's onside. Diaz has played him on.
Yeah, Diaz is the last man back there, and it's good. Yeah, it's a good decision from the referee. He's got that right. You know, at full speed, it looked like a penalty, didn't it? Just shows you how hard it is to be an official at this level.
Yeah. Shout out, Daz done.
Yeah, to the man in black, and he'll tell us that. He'll be the first one to tell us that. But yeah, well done, referee. Like you say though, Mark, if he'd have held on for any longer, it might have been a penalty.
Yeah, could have been, mate. And if he'd have got in there, there were Ekatike and Verts towards back stick stood there. So. Yeah, tactical fouls they call it in this day and age, but yeah, it's they're still arguing case, I think, but they've obviously not seen what we have, so yeah, fair play.
James says if we win these 3 home games and go unbeaten this month, we have every chance of the points, but it's building bricks. Yeah, I agree, mate. And James, it's one game at a time, innit, mate? That's how I think about it. So I always, yes, of course I want them to get into the playoffs. I've used the P word now. Of course I do. And I still think there's an outside chance. I don't think there's much room for error at this point. I think we can afford to drop about 9 points looking at the points average over the season, which is not a lot. But I think for this group of players, if we can get on a little bit of a run now, I think it's doable. And it needs to, we need to step on it now and get a few more wins under our belts. We're on a little mini run at the minute. It needs to be extended. So, yeah, if we win these 3 home games, we'll see. We've got, obviously, Borough coming up. Got a couple of tricky... they're all tricky at this level, aren't they, mate? But we've got QPR and Portsmouth. Portsmouth first. Before that, the away games coming up as well. None of them are easy, are they?
How do you see it going Monday?
I think we'll win.
Yeah.
I think it'll be tight. I think we'll win 2-1.
Yeah, I fancy us. Yeah.
I do. I think we're on a good... We're just a little bit on the up at the minute. Middlesbrough, I said this to Man Mountain in, I don't know if it was all aboard the Championship or top 20 takes, but I think sometimes when teams have a little bit of a points gap to the team behind them, I think they can get a little bit comfortable and complacent. I see it happen a lot. Teams stretch 5, 6, 7 points clear, and then they just step off it a little bit mentally. And I think that's tomorrow, with us being on a little bit of an up as well.
You've got to be chasing. You've got to be chasing.
Oh yeah, definitely. We've nothing really in my mind. People will say we've always got something to lose. I don't think we have. I don't think we've got anything to lose. I don't think Chris Wilder's got anything to lose. The start to the season was so poor, and it wasn't any fault of his because he wasn't there. He was removed from his post. I think that puts us in a position where we've got everything to gain and nothing to lose at this point.
I said yesterday, if it gets to 5 points after tomorrow, it's game well and truly on, mate, in my book. And I'm a bit like Dave sort of said, each game as it comes, but you've got to get excited and you've got to enjoy it while it's there. And obviously, while it's not, you can't. But yeah, we'd much rather be on up like we have been, and we've been good at home, haven't we, recently? So yeah, let's see how we get on.
We have, and that's really important, being good at Bramall Lane. As a Sheffield United fan, that's what I always want to see. I can take some indifferent away form sometimes. What I can't accept is not being good at Bramall Lane. It needs to be a fortress, and when we've been at our best over the years, it has been.
Yeah. McAllister, Central, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Apex at penalty area, out to Mo Salah.
Oh, what a ball. Oh, Donnarumma out again with a punch. Salah looking a bit, he's certainly not back to his sparkling best yet, but obviously he's had a poor season, Mark. He's looked a little bit more menacing in this game, and he looked like he's really stepped on it and back to his best at times. I
agree. Took him a bit of time, but it's a great ball in. Just floated into the box, and Donnarumma comes out and punches it. It's actually a Liverpool free kick. It's recycled. One for Dave the Nose there. And yeah, it's Szoboszlai. He'll have a go from here. Please, mate, definitely.
He will. He's good at them sort of powerful dipping shots, isn't he? You could see him just trying to put a bit of spin and dip on this one.
I've just seen him sort of signalling as if to say to his mate Lee, he's going to chuck this in top corner, I think.
And just, I'll dive back into some comments in a minute, but I'm just going to let Szoboszlai take this free kick because, like you say, it's a fair distance out. But the way he takes them sometimes lends itself to having a pop from here, doesn't it?
35 yards at least.
Oh my God! What a goal from Dominic Szoboszlai! What a goal! That is unreal. I mean, you're right. I thought he'd have a shot, but I wasn't sure it was going in from there.
He's got it in locker. That is unbelievable. It's hit right hand post as it's gone in. I mean, you tip your hat to that. I mean, in terms of hand in a blade, mon chapeau, absolutely incredible.
That was like an Exocet missile. My God.
I mean, we keep butting in, which I don't care. It's absolutely incredible. No wonder he's kissing his ring. Absolutely incredible.
What a shot. It just swerves, doesn't it, towards that right-hand post. I mean, he's got to be 30 yards from goal, Mark. Maybe more.
Look who's in net and all, and he's hit that with outside of his right boot. It's hit right-hand post. You could have had two hit net, and they're not saving that. Incredible. No. Absolutely incredible.
It dips and swerves towards that right-hand post, and I just see Pep's reaction there. Can't believe it.
Gutted. No wonder Arne Slot's having a cuddle. That's his favourite man. What a guy.
That's a fantastic goal. We definitely need a T-shirt now, don't we? What a goal! We need to sign him one day, don't we? That's going to be the goal now. We've got to get to the point where he's late in his career, and we just sign him for the sake of it now. Get him to Bramall Lane.
No wonder Canate's got his hands on his head. Yeah, brilliant. Unbelievable strike. And what did we say earlier? It maybe took a bit of something special to get game open, and pressure's on City now. If they're 9 points adrift for Arsenal, and yeah, good incredible. Grief. That were a pleasure to watch. Pleasure to watch.
A pleasure to watch on this watch-along. What a goal for us on this watch-along. And it's like a heat-seeking missile, that goal. It's unbelievable strike. He's got to be 30, 32 yards from goal. He's miles out.
I said 35, but I'd like to see that officially, like whatever they show on telly. But he's got that in locker. I was quite surprised he didn't put more men in wall, to be honest. There were two men, I think, Diaz and Kusanov, I think, were two. But yeah, mate, no right to score from there. Unbelievable, to be fair. And if that's a goal to win it, it deserves to win any game.
It certainly does, mate. And I've got to make sure. One thing I've not done yet is update the score. And I'll get the score
O'Reilly and Rodri. Sorry, O'Reilly and Rodri. Unbelievable. Just swerve on it. Donnarumma's not moved.
That was fantastic. That was really that was a sight to see, that goal, and worth turning up for. When it worth certainly for the Reds in the ground. That was well worth the ticket, wasn't it?
They probably did. And to be fair, on evidence of play, I think they probably do deserve that. They've been better side second half, and it's played it towards Ireland and it's run through to Alisson. But yeah, fantastic goal. Something like that. Touch paper has been lit now. Let's see what it's going to be. A big 15 minutes this plus added time, and it's Kirkesh that left hand side. Crosses into the box, headed out by Marc, picked up by Szoboszlai, right edge of penalty area. Szoboszlai again into Ekatike, back out to Ryan Gravenberch. It's worked out to left-hand side in Kirkesh, out to Wirtz. Passes it to Gravenberch and it's tackled by City. Out to Szoboszlai. Is he going to have a shot? No, he plays it to Wirtz. Oh, it's a poor ball back in. Liverpool look at it here.
They do, and Nouri has to draw a foul just to take the pressure off there. So feels the touch and goes down. Gets a free kick deep into City's half over on the left-hand side of their, just outside the penalty area. They're just looking back at the free kick. That's a hell of a strike.
What a goal that is.
What a goal.
I bet roof come off. That'll have been some atmosphere in there when. What a goal. I remember him being asked about a free kick against Arsenal. I think it might have been the beginning of this season. And he said he'd scored one better than that when he played for Hungary. I think to get them to qualify for Euros at the World Cup, I'm not sure. But yeah, unbelievable goal. And like I say, if that's goal that wins it, then fair play, unbelievable.
Well, that's going to be on some highlight reels in the future. That was an incredible strike. And just while it breaks now for a Liverpool free kick deep into Liverpool's half over on the right-hand side, just at the side of their penalty area. Man Mountain says, doing a great job, lads. Thank you, mate. That is high praise indeed from the Man Mountain. Appreciate that. And thanks for dropping in, mate. Because I know you're always busy and you've got a stream coming up in, less than 25 minutes. So we really can't hang about after this. So I've got to keep up with the comments. James says, Paul Rodgers came from Sutton, worked in the city who Paul Rodgers make his debut against. Right. Thanks, mate. Didn't realise that. Daniel says, I think it's going to be 4-3. So she's talking about the game tomorrow night, Sheffield United, Middlesbrough. But we need to stop passing back to Cooper all the time and maybe give Tanganga a week off. He didn't seem fit last match. Interesting, Daniel. I didn't really notice that. I thought he had a decent game, Tanganga, last game.
He's had nearly a week, hasn't he? But
yeah,
your option to that then is either McGuinness or Ben Mee coming back in. And I know who I'd rather have at centre half with Bindon. I don't know about you.
Agreed, mate. We seem that partnership between Tanganga and Bindon seems to be quite settled, and they look quite in sync with one another, don't they? It's working quite well. So if we don't have to change it, I certainly wouldn't. Kirkes now just going to clear the ball from the edge of Liverpool's area. Salah on the chase, but Diaz deals with it, heads it away. And Wirtz working really hard to win the ball back there. He was under some pressure from some City players. It's back to Alisson, who's going to try and clear it. Semenyo tries to close him down. Close there. Szoboszlai just sort of half volleys it back into the middle of the field. It's now back to Gueye. And City now really trying to step on it.
Up against it now.
Yeah. James says, look at the swerve on that free kick. It was unbelievable, mate. I like Mark said, I was expecting a shot because we know Szoboszlai's got that in his locker. But from that distance, I thought, is he likely to score from there? I mean, you might score with 1 out of 20 from that distance, if that. Just incredible. And like Mark said, Donnarumma had absolutely no chance with it. You could have put 2 keepers in there. They wouldn't have saved it.
Thing is, it's one of them as well. Like, you know what's coming, but stopping it's another thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's unbelievable technique, and I was just quite surprised he'd probably put another man in wall, but it is what it is. It's going to have to be some strike to beat a keeper of that calibre from there, and yeah, great strike.
Certainly was. And Liverpool now just looking to... Liverpool have dropped in a little bit now. It does feel like... I don't know what you think, Mark. They've scored, and now they feel like, it's changed things up a bit. They feel like they've got something to protect now. So they've just dropped in a little bit, and they're trying to maybe invite City onto them and look for some counters at this point with less than 10 minutes of normal time remaining.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting last 10 or 12 minutes, mate, depending on how much is added on. Like you say, Liverpool sort of stepping off a little bit. Pressure's on, like we said, pressure's on City now. They need these 3 points. It'd be some turnaround from here if they were to do it. I mean, Haaland's not had a sniff. We know what he's capable of. He's not had a sniff.
No, and I think it was in the comments earlier as well. He doesn't tend to fare well at this ground, does he? Never a great deal happens for him.
Yeah.
As we know, it's a very difficult place to go and get a result at Anfield, and very few do. Although we've had some teams this season, and recent times, Forest have been there a couple of times and gotten a result. But when the big teams come here, like on the European nights, Liverpool really step up, don't they?
Yeah, they do, mate. It's headed out by Gay. I think he's had a decent game, Verts.
Yeah, he has. He's looked far more influential, hasn't he, than he did when he first arrived at Liverpool. I think they tweaked his role a little bit, didn't they, mate? They kind of changed his position slightly, or certainly changed the way he picked up certain areas of the pitch and the runs he makes in game, and it seems to have worked better for him. He's certainly having more influence on the Liverpool performances now.
Yeah, it weren't affecting games, worry as much. I think, like you said, slight tweak to his role, and that's sort of getting him a bit more success. But yeah, he's definitely been more effective in this game. Some nice touches, a couple of little through balls as well. But a lot of good things have come through him, really, which is testament to how he's played. But yeah, we're just gonna say then it's no wonder it's come up on iPad. Watch Dominic Szoboszlai's 30-yard scream. I think 30 yards is doing him a disservice. It was more like 35, to be fair.
I think you're right. It might have been closer to 35. City, it's 1-1.
1-1.
Out of nowhere, Bernardo Silva with an equaliser. Haaland with a flick on. And Bernardo Silva pretty much central in the penalty area, right on the penalty spot, just in front of the 6-yard box. Slides in to hammer it home.
Game on. 1-1. It was Rodri sort of right edge of the penalty area, crossed in by Shirky, a little bit of a deflection. Haaland headed it, and Bernardo Silva's a good yard and a half onside, slides it under Alisson, and it's 1-1. Fantastic game on. And
the irony is, I think Szoboszlai kept him onside, mate. He was the furthest back there.
Sort of stood watching, weren't they? Really?
They were ball watching. Szoboszlai, I think, keeps him onside, and he's just kind of poked that through Alisson's legs, hasn't he?
Van Dijk there's watching nobody really. He's put his arm up. I don't know to suggest to who's offside, but yeah, Bernardo Silva gets in there. It's a great finish. He's done well to get that underneath Alisson, and Liverpool just making a sub. They brought Curtis Jones on. I don't know if they've took off possibly Verts. I'm not sure, or maybe one at midfield too. I'm not sure. I think it's no, it's not. Who they took off? Is it Gakpo? I think they've took Gakpo off. It looks like it. Yeah, it is Gakpo. And it's Donnarumma in his penalty area. Sets you up nicely, mate. Last 5, maybe 10.
Yeah, it's looking... because I still think there might be another goal in it, mate, at this point. I certainly wouldn't rule it out. They're both still going for this. I mean, Liverpool they've got to step on it again now because...
come out of nowhere, that as well, didn't it? They didn't look like scoring most of the game, to be fair, but that's the thing. It only takes a moment like that, and you won't back against City nicking this, would you? To be honest,
You wouldn't at the moment, and straight after you've scored, the momentum's with you, isn't it? Because it's a psychological blow to the team that's lost the lead, and but Liverpool just looking to tidy things up here now. City nicking it back again, so we're getting a little bit scrappy around that.
it's a great fun by Marc.
Ball played forward towards Haaland. Konate deals with it. Oh, not quite, because Van Dijk almost gave it away there to Bernardo Silva again. And Liverpool might break here, though. So it's Kirkez on halfway. And he's looking for options. Not too much in the way of movement around him. Ekatike's got it on the left. He plays it back to... Well, now it's with McAllister. Out to Szoboszlai, who might take aim again. And it's blocked by Guehi just inside the Man City penalty area. And they get it away. Almost a bad mistake from Konate. They're almost let Semenyo in. He was lucky there.
He's kicked fresh air there. I don't know what he's doing there, but yeah, like you said, mate, it's getting a bit scrappy now, isn't it?
Yeah, the panic's really setting for both. Because that really, as I said, mate, earlier, but a draw is not really much good for either of these teams in this game. You would think that City would have to accept, well, maybe a point at Anfield's a decent result, but they're playing catch up with Arsenal. They need 3 points. And
both teams, yeah, you say like top 4 for Liverpool and Man City for league, but yeah, fair play to City for coming back into it. I think a lot of their fans will probably agree that they weren't really in game after that goal by Szoboszlai, but yeah, who's your money on now? That's the question. It's still not losing it. That's the thing. It's still not lose as well for both teams either.
Yeah, and I think you'd have to think after scoring that equaliser and really knocking the stuffing out of Liverpool, City would be the one. If it was going to come from anywhere now, you would think Man City might go on and nick one. And it's very difficult, I think, for teams when they drop into kind of a mid-block and they're 1-0 up like Liverpool did. Very difficult, and again, I'm forgetting to change the score. I need to go and do that. Very difficult to suddenly then pick it up again and go on the front foot and change the way you play. I mean, sometimes a team will score and the manager will make a substitution or two and really sort of change the formation or the shape to suit that kind of mid-block or deep blocking defensive style, and then you can't get out of it. But even just a mentality shift to go on the defensive, it's very difficult to come back out of that if the other team equalises. So I would fancy City at this point, but Liverpool have got the ball on halfway at the moment. And I'm just going to update this score. There's an effort there from Szoboszlai. Oh no, it was Salah in the end, knocking that over the bar.
Just looking out, I thought they took him off, but I don't know if he's still on pitch. No, Nunes is still on. It took Kusin. It was Kusinov and Marmoush. I thought it was Nunes. It was Kusinov would come off, obviously, with that concussion thing.
And we're into the final minute of normal time now. And Ait-Nouri on the Man City left-hand side looking to play a long diagonal ball forward towards Haaland. It's cleared by Van Dijk. And it's now back with, a nice diagonal ball forward towards Semenyo. He's inside the Liverpool area. He crosses it. But Alisson gets there just in front of Bernardo Silva.
Probably not enough pace on it, really. And
no.
Buffed at it a little bit. It's a terrible ball out by Alisson. That City come back again. Rodri over halfway.
Wasteful, wasn't it? Just wasted that. Gave the ball straight back.
Yeah, but it's sort of played at snail's pace for the time being.
Alaskan Blade said Arsenal now. Arsenal for the title. Then 9 points clear now, and then he said scratch that 8 points. I think so, mate. I on top 20 takes, me and Man Mountain talked about it, and I stuck my neck out and predicted the top 4 finish in order. And I did have Arsenal as champions. I just feel it's their year this year. They look consistent. They look unfazed. City. I tell you what.
Might give this.
He might give a penalty.
Has he given it? Has he
Does
did
he
it?
dare? Does he dare give it?
What's happened here? It weren't a great angle. It's not showed you.
No, I'm trying to describe it for the viewer. So Silva plays the ball over the top, and it looks like Nunes running onto it. Alisson comes out. It's in the box.
Oh,
It looks like I don't know if Alisson gets any of the ball, you know. Oh, I tell you what, mate. Nunes is running onto that. He pokes the ball ultimately out of play, but Alisson wiped him out.
I think they'll give this.
I think they will. I think they should.
Oh, has he did it? Well, I think he's pointed. That's why they're going mad. You can't see it. It's not a great view, mate, to be fair. We haven't got best view of it, even though it's on telly. You can't... Nunes has he's jumped over him. Obviously, Alisson, there's not a lot he can do. There's 7 minutes added time, sort of 1 minute 16 into that, so there'll be plenty more time left. But if this is given, it looks like it has been. Haaland's got his hands up ball, so it's going to be interesting. So Bosley's trying to put him off by it, looks at it.
Yeah, Szoboszlai's winding Haaland up here, playing some mind games. Haaland's having a bit of a giggle, and he's pushed he put his finger in his stomach and pushed him away.
Just saying to him, you know Baldwin? Says, yeah, I do know him. Wow, what are you going to do?
He's saying, listen, Erling, you behave or I'll get Baldwin after you. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can confirm a penalty was given. I think rightly so, mate. I think rightly so, because Nunes gets there first. He all right. He's not going to score. He pokes the ball out of play, but Alisson's wiped him out in the area, full contact. And Haaland's got a chance now to win this for Manchester City in what would be an absolutely crucial 3 points for City. And there'll be Arsenal fans everywhere hoping that Alisson can save this.
If he scores this is unbelievable. So he's got ball on spot. He's stood right behind it. He's not even took a run up yet. Alisson stands big. Haaland steps back. And he scores 2
Buries it.
City fans go absolutely. He's took his shirt off. He's gone absolutely mental. It's big. It's massive. Absolutely massive. Get that banner changed, mate. Massive. City fans going absolutely mental. Scenes into away end. Yeah, calmly took away to Alisson's right hand side, and he has missed something past. I think I remember him missing one at Bramall Lane, if I remember rightly.
He did.
The season before last, but yeah, he's had a quiet game, mate. But he set goal up and scored, and that's sadly no wonder he's got booked.
And there it is. Got to edit that. I didn't put the 2 in. This is free type, folks. So there we go.
Yeah, it's just showing you again. Alisson's trying to put him off. Great penalty. Far right hand corner. His keeper looks at it. Yeah, great pen. I wonder if he took shirt off.
Haaland never scores at Anfield, Mark.
He does now, mate.
We missed a chance, didn't we? I should have done Mick McCarthy. I should have done the Mick McCarthy thing. He can't, surely. He can't score at Anfield.
He can. No wonder Alfie's laughing in director's box.
That is fantastic. One end to this game. I tell you what, it's been a fantastic game throughout. It's been a really entertaining game. But at one point, we thought, are we ever going to get a goal? And it just exploded, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, mate. And Liverpool back on attack. Kiesa's come on for Kirkesh, trying to be a bit more advanced in stoppage time. Szoboszlai. Oh, yeah, to it. It's Chiesa, left-hand side at penalty area. Oh, and it's collected by Donnarumma. But yeah, mate, fantastic. Last 10 or 15 minutes been brilliant. It's been a great game to watch. Sometimes these games can be that sort of one end to other, and they can be a bit cagey in other sense. But it's been a good wide-open game. Both teams have looked to win it. And clearly Szoboszlai's attempt at putting him off didn't do out really there.
Yeah, he was a consummate professional, wasn't he? And just dealt with the situation. That's what you need. You need a cool head and that kind of quality in those moments, those big moments that decide seasons. And so City now clipping that clipping that lead that Arsenal had, narrowing that gap. Liverpool now, crikey, they've got a lot of work to do, haven't they, mate? Because I mean, they'll be all right. Manchester United fans maybe not delighted to see City win, but it's definitely the result they wanted, wasn't it? They definitely would have wanted City to come here and win today.
Oh, 100%, mate. Yeah, I think I know they probably don't like City, but at the same time, they can't stand Liverpool, can they? So.
No.
Yeah, they'll be glad to be above them, 5 points above mid-table at the moment. I think standing, like you say, Arsenal, 8 points in front, lead at top at Premier League, and yeah, it's dark left-hand side to Chiesa, pass to Jones, Gravenberch on edge at box, back to Szoboszlai, crossed in, blocked by Rodri, gets his body in well.
Oh, and City on the break.
Nori, chance for a third here. It's 3-on-1. Gravenberch is struggling to get back. 8-Nori. Have a shot, mate.
Blocked.
Oh,
Alisson saves it.
Oh, he had to pass it there for me.
Yeah, and me.
Yeah,
Guardiola's stressed. See Pep, then he is proper stressed.
Oh, it's a great time. Oh, he's get it. Oh, I think he's got away with that there.
Yeah. Yellow card late in the game for what looks like a bit of a cynical foul. Yellow card for Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Alaskan Blade says the sun has risen. I'm pleased to know that, mate. It's certainly risen for Manchester City, that's for sure.
There's no blue moon there, mate. No blue moon there.
Nice. I like that.
Quick, it's not that quick for me, that.
We're into we're beyond the last minute of added time now. We're into 97-14 of 7 minutes added time.
I don't know which took off, not a clue.
It's last chance saloon for Liverpool, and they're trying to sling the ball into the penalty area.
I reckon there's another minute yet, another minute and a half, maybe, possibly.
And is that ball on the edge of the area? City's trying to get the ball away. What a game this has been.
It's been a pleasure, mate. I've enjoyed it. It's been good.
Me too, mate. And thanks for being a good co-commentator as well. I thought it's been very enjoyable. It's been fun. And Liverpool really now desperately just trying to get the ball forward. Alisson's almost at the halfway line as they try and scoop the ball forward.
Lumped forward. Van Dijk's up.
And what a save from Donnarumma! In the 98th minute, Donnarumma
scored at Anfield Road, and absolutely incredible save. McAllister, 20 yards out, takes a deflection, big right hand, and he's tipped it up at bar. What a save that is. That's probably won a game.
Oh, it has. It's as good as a goal, isn't it? It's as good as a goal. And how lucky are we to have had this for a watch-along. What a fantastic game this has been.
Unbelievable.
Donnarumma comes out to point away.
Will they get one more chance?
Salah with the ball in. Alisson's up there. Alisson's in the penalty area.
He's up. Keeper's up. They're not bothered.
Salah lifts it back in. Headed away. It's mayhem in City's box. It's a chance. Oh, he's just got it away.
Keeper's still up. Szoboszlai's gone to get it. I don't know if they'll get another chance.
You can't beat football, can you?
It's best game in the world, mate. It's best game in the world. I won't have anybody tell me any different. It's still up. It's absolute carnage.
Alisson's still up there.
Click on. Oh, it's here.
Oh, Haaland's in. Is he going to tap it on for 3? Yeah, that's going to roll in, surely. Szoboszlai pulling Haaland back. It's a goal.
It's gone in.
Haaland didn't even have to touch it. It's gone in. It's 3-1 Manchester City. Deep into added time.
Did Haaland kick that before it went in? Did he score?
It looks like Shirky was the one because Haaland was racing onto it. Szoboszlai was pulling him back and he never got a touch in the end. But the touch from just beyond halfway was enough. And
I mean, what a second half he's had, by the way.
Oh, incredible. So did
Haaland with assist, I think, there. Or did Shirky, did Haaland pass it? I'm not sure. Oh, absolute chaos that for the last 2 minutes.
Rodri and Donnarumma having a bit of an embrace there. What a game and what a comeback from Manchester City as well. Got to take your hat off to them.
Outstanding, mate. Outstanding.
Mon Chapeau, Manchester City. I don't even know. It looks like the way the players are, it looks like they've called full time, but the clock's still running on there. I don't know if actually the referee's blown the final whistle.
Get that banner changed again.
Oh, crikey, I do, don't I? And we are about a minute away from 3MB, so we can't hang about for too long because I don't want to.
Yeah, Shirky scored, yeah. How on earth that made it? I thought Ireland were just going to run through there.
Turkey in 90 plus 10.
Do you know what? Do you know what, right? I agree with Szoboszlai to a degree. I do think he's had his shirt. I know they were both at it. But when he's about to clear it, he does pull it back. Are they still playing on it? I've never known how like it. Something's happened here. What? I don't think they're going to give this. If you watch this, if they show it you again, Turkey's kicked it towards net. Ireland's running in. Szoboszlai pulls him back. Then as they get closer to goal line, you watch this, what he's seeing, look. Ireland pulls Szoboszlai, and I think they're going to give this as a foul. Keep going Ireland here. Keep going. He's got on his shirt, look. Pulls it back. He then goes down. And he probably gets there. I think they're going to give this.
There's a pull by Szoboszlai first on Haaland as well.
Yeah, he gets back in front, and then Lee Edridge's man falls to the ground. They're both at it.
I think if they're going to disallow the goal, they've got to give Man City a free kick.
It were like Chuckle Brothers, mate. To me, to you. Do you know what I mean? They were both at it.
Jimmy says, "Wow, wow, indeed, mate. Absolute wow, wow, wowzer. This game, unbelievable."
After review,
trying to get his comments.
He's knackered, referee. He can barely get his words out.
I'm not surprised. I don't think I'd have kept up with this. I think even the man in black, Gaz Dunn, would have been stressed following this. It's a red card for Szoboszlai.
Lee Edridge, your man's had an absolute mare. Hero to absolute villain towards the end of this game.
So the goal, as I change the banner again, has been chalked off, but chalked off because Szoboszlai.
Mate, you can't make this up who's got sent off and he scored that goal, they got sent off. It's like you were doing this, Folly, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We've bigged him up what a game Szoboszlai's had, because he scored that fantastic free kick. He kept City onside for the equaliser, and he sees himself sent off in denying City a third goal. He's certainly been heavily involved in this.
Mate, incredible. He's took his bobble out of his hair. He's filming. I don't know how that's made it into net, to be fair, from Shirky. It looked like it was just going to stop, and then obviously there's that sort of tussle on edge of the box. Incredible.
Alaskan Blade went too early. He said, called it 3-1, should have put money on that one. I tell you what, if you had done, mate, you'd be double gutted at this point because because they chalked that one off at the end.
Somebody I know, he has a little flutter on football, and he has a lot of 3-1 bets as a bet. I think he's had one recently. My comments have not aged well.
Top man. It's so hard to predict, though, isn't it, mate? So hard to predict football. It's why not many people win ACCAs and things like that. It's just because anything can happen. It's like this, just bonkers. It's the best game in the world, like you say. We won't have anyone tell us different.
Forget Super Bowl, mate. It's all about football, mate. Incredible.
It's still not. The game's still not ended. So we're going to take this. Well, City are going to take this free kick. 3MB will have started over on Blades Ramble, so please do go and check that out, everyone. Certainly, its regular viewers certainly won't miss it, not even for us. But what a game this has been.
Kicked upfield by Allison. It's full time.
Full time. That's why we love it, says Alaskan Blade. Indeed, mate. Indeed. Right, on that note, mate, normally I'd have a bit of post-match chat, but we've got 3 Mardy Blades over on the other side, so I'll keep it brief. I just wanted to thank you for joining me. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. What a game we were treated to as well.
Class. Brilliant.
I thought you did a grand job as the co-commentator, called the game well, so I really appreciate that. And yeah, anyone that's watching us who is a regular viewer over on Blades Ramble, get yourself over there right now, because 3MB will have started at 6:30. So yeah, go and check that out. And I will be back for another watch along tomorrow night. So I'll be here for Sheffield United against Middlesbrough, or certainly not here on Ramble FC, but I'll be over on Blades Ramble for Sheffield United against Middlesbrough. And hopefully 3 points for the Blades, but we'll see. But hopefully we'll be treated to another great game of football as well. I don't expect it to be as good as this, Mark. Any closing comments about the game, mate, before we go?
I mean, what a game, mate. It were a pleasure to do it with you. I know we spoke about it a while ago now, and yeah, great game, mate. I was glad it weren't 0-0, and it really sort of lived up to hype, really. Sometimes these games don't, but yeah, as you say, tuning to lads who are on 3MB now, there's some great content coming up and some more new ideas that I think Jimmy's sort of circulating and stuff like that. So yeah, fantastic result for City, and yeah, glad I could do it with you, mate. So thanks for having me on.
And you, mate. Oh, an absolute pleasure. Thank you for that. And yeah, the only thing left to say is thank you for joining us, everyone. And remember to like and subscribe to Ramble FC. And we'll see you next time.